Going live. Get chat overlay. Forgot to do it. Hello guys. How are you doing? Hopefully you're doing alright. Whoa, sound check. I hope it's fine. Everything is great. Today it's like the general update and saying hello, just chatting, so nothing really serious. Oh fuck, I forgot to change the name of the stream on my Twitch. On the Twitch page. Well, let me change. It will go to the Josh chatting. So hello guys, good news from the front line. We have some of the good news from the front line, yeah. I'm gonna speak about those. Greetings to New York. Happy Friday, Ben. Glory to Ukraine and here's Susie, hi. Evelyn, hi. Greetings from Croatia. Today, glory to Ukraine. Glory to Croatia. Did you know that we have like direct linkage, genetic linkage between Ukrainians and Croatians? I didn't know about it, but I heard someone say that about it. But so yeah, it seems like we're very close. But I'm not sure. It's just something that I saw on the internet. I wanna share my stream on Telegramus Grupus. Stream. My brother then is guide as though the peaceful skies are. What? Good day, Ozzy. Russians routed from the village north. Yeah, we're gonna speak about it. Oh, Finland is nice. And Texas is nice. And New Orleans nice. And Germany is nice. Everyone is nice. Maybe except Russians. But I would like to visit Russia after the war is over. Or what would remain from Russia. I think it will be divided to multiple of the regions, countries, republics. Yeah, so probably I need visa to every of those republics like Tatarstan, Bashkortostan, and so on. New independent states. But we'll see. We have some of the good news today. Yeah, we have some of the good news today. Good evening. So you're worried about Belarus making move? Not really. I'm from Detroit, and that's where I am. Detroit, Rock City. Speak about the money shortage, the more it talk about, more severe it gets. What's the stream about? You're broadcasting about the efforts Ukrainian victories? Including that one. I watched the new Joe Rogan episode with Scott Horton on Ukraine's really bad. Yeah? What they told? Greetings to Germany once again. So it's the stream about general chatting and just some blah blah blah. I just wait for more people to come to the stream and we're gonna proceed with the news. You ever been to the Motor City? Motor City? No. What is Motor City? It's a good idea for Ukraine to attack all 9 runways, international airport around Moscow. You cannot destroy runways. It's useless. With the drones, you cannot do it. All the regular talking points about NATO expansion. Yeah. That's narrative, Russian narrative. Being a part of NATO and blaming NATO. That's interesting. The next question. Have business email, would love to help support your channel. I have been working with a group near Kharkiv to raise donations. I'm working with NAFO, we already helping. I just had my donation with them with the vehicle, so I do not plan anything any longer for maybe half a year at least. So I don't want to make donations all the time on my channel. I'm sorry, but no. Motor City Detroit. I also help people regularly, personally, but campaigns I will not advertise anyone. Just I work with NAFA. That's it. That's enough. Have you ever visited Chernobyl? No. Operator Starsky called me to visit Chernobyl, but I didn't take the phone that day. Then they went there after Russians have just left Chernobyl. They went there, and he called me. I was maybe busy or something. I didn't pick up the phone, and they went without me. But I went to Gostomel airport. Yeah. Fortunately, Trump is a very morally sick human being. Yep. I've been watching Dennis since the first week of the war. Scott, you are lying. Because I started to report about the war after few months after it had started. Yeah. Sorry for telling you you're lying. It's just a joke. So I'm reporting not from the first week of the war. Absolutely. I started the report and Russia left Kievska Oblast. Kiev Oblast, yeah. Then I started to record my videos. Nothing missed, blind. Don't lick the walls in Chernobyl. Yeah. I wonder why you would have that idea to lick the walls there. Pascal, greetings. Bonjour. Bonsoir. Hi, everyone. Hi. Hi, Dreammaker. It's okay, it's just making fun. I wonder how come too many will say that they were watching since the first week of the war. It seems to be pretty common. Yeah. Yeah, I heard before the war that they started allowing tours in that area again near Chernobyl. Yeah, like for many, many years. There were tours, several of the agencies. One called Chernobyl Tours, yeah, the biggest one probably. But now I don't think that they have tours any longer. Chernobyl is protected by Ukrainian military now, very tightly protected. In Chernobyl, it was interesting. For me, it would be interesting to go there illegally. Yeah. Legal tours, I'm not really interested in that shit. Illegally, yes. That would be awesome. That is the content. And many of the guys, they went there illegally, and it was very interesting to watch. I watched like few of the YouTubers and M. Shah. He's Russian, but he was living in Ukraine, and he went to Chernobyl for 1 week, solo trip, illegal trip, and that's interesting. That was interesting. That is more risky. That is more adrenaline and all of that stuff. Yeah, legal tourists, it's like, okay. But illegal, yeah, it's some different zone. Well, they do not punish by jail if they find you, just some fine, like maybe even less than $100 you pay, and you get deported from Chernobyl zone, and the next day you can go back once again. I just love watching the Chernobyl ones. Like she was amazing. Yeah. The same way more would like to provide you with merch. Uses the directions the group. Okay, Rand. Thank you. Have to go to Finland links. Okay. What are your thoughts about Trump's visit to China? I want to record a separate video about it, but probably not on the main channel. But I'm good, and you? I saw someone got a mental splinter and got radiation burn in the hand around it. Well, did you see fighter bomber posted about down F-16? No. Ukraine lost F-16 or what? Fighter bomber. Накликай за первый сбитый нашими. Okay, I'll translate to English. The sticker for the first F-16 shot down by our fighter jet is set to readiness checking. So it's like unconfirmed information yet. So they have received some of the thing that probably they shut down Ukraine F-16, but they're checking if it is correct. You say проверяем. It means checking. So far not legit information, but it could be, could not be. I think Ukrainian, like, what's the difference between Ukrainian army and the Russian one? That Ukraine, after all, confirms or disapproves if something is happening. Yeah. So every loss, at least of the aircraft, Ukrainian army confirmed. The reasons, usually they don't tell, but Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky says his country has started preparations for a military drone deal with Canada. Yeah, there are lots of the military drone deals with European countries, with Gulf countries, with North American countries, and even with the United States of America. Cooperation is ongoing. It was confirmed by both sides, by Americans, by Ukrainians. Thank you, Betsy. Tell me, why do you have a Russian last name? Are you a Russian? Maybe, yeah, partially I'm Russian. Partially. My father is from Russia, like geographically, but he is not fully Russian. Yeah. Ethnically, he is also coming from Ukraine, because he is from Kuban himself. Kuban is the place where Ukrainians were deported. Ukrainian Cossacks in 19th century, I think, or 18th, I don't remember. In your last video, you mentioned Ukraine might hit eastern Russia with drones launched from the drone boats. How will Ukraine get the boat there? It's a long way to sail there. Jonathan, we have container ships absolutely everywhere. So it could be a commercial vessel, officially registered, sent somewhere with a single container being flooded with those drones. Why not? If Ukraine already did that stuff, similar one to in Mediterranean. So what's the difference to deploy ships somewhere in Atlantic Ocean, or deploy it, sorry, not in Atlantic, Pacific Ocean, or deploy it to Mediterranean? It's an easy thing to do. Very easy. Yeah, don't forget to like the stream. Sammy, thank you so much for telling. Actually, it's very easy. Like, it's not a problem. The problem is to actually launch this attack, like to coordinate the efforts, but putting the boat full of the drones, especially nowadays, then there is a shadow fleet everywhere. So Ukraine may have its own shadow fleet. Why not? Especially if we believe that Ukrainians were behind the kaput of the Nord Stream 2, and spiderweb operation was planned by Ukraine. So it seems like Ukraine is very powerful in those sabotage attacks. Okay. I think people already came here for the stream, and we're gonna see. Oh, let's go for Russian maps. What they say? Yay! They say that. Oh shit! They say that Ukraine definitely counterattacked in Atradne. So here and where? Here is Atradne over here. This is the Kharkivskaya Oblast. So Russians even confirmed the Ukrainian advancement. So on Burlinsk direction, there is, so they are attacking in Burlinsk, so somewhere here behind my image, yeah. Russians are trying to attack. But at the same time, Ukraine performs counterattack. Yeah. Counterattack of Ukrainian army near Atradne and Dvurichanskaya. That's it. They do not specify anything else, but they publish it on the map. Yeah, of course, they put a couple of more arrows of their own army that they're also attacking here. You see, this is the zoomed in image. Two of the arrows, like they try to counterattack, but Ukraine has the success. I'll try to find some of the legit image from the place. Sometimes I have the information from the guys on Twitter. Maybe Max25 tweeted something about it. There was the image with the Ukrainian soldiers waving the flag even there. But probably I need to go back on Telegram to find this image on some of the Ukrainian channels. Michael Sans3 also confirmed the advancement of Ukrainian army. So here we have, yeah, probably I need to follow his channel, his interactive map. Michael's is fantastic, like his maps, I think, one of the best there. I follow them all the time and I use them in my updates, reviews. So at Radne, Ukrainian army was spotted. It's the small counterattack, it's not the major one. But it's happening, and those are the great news. It's been a while since Ukraine counterattacked in Kharkiv Oblast. Now it's the new wave. Russia is unable to concentrate its forces in multiple directions simultaneously and to get the major success everywhere. So they're very limited now. They also have the problems with the infantry. Cheers from Arau. So Ukraine, Argao maybe, yeah? So Ukraine keep going strong. Thank you, Tiffany Velten, thank you. And Dennis from France, bonjour, bonsoir. Vice, hello. Dennis, I heard something about there going to be a 400 exchange, POW exchange. What happened to 1,000 for allowing Russia to be its little gathering in Moscow? Ozzy, I'm gonna put your comment here. So today there was an exchange already. I'm gonna show you some of the images. From what I know, 200 with something peoples were exchanged. So it's the first step. The first step in this major exchange. Can we replace Trump with Obama? It's up to you, Morgan. If you're from the United States, you have more power there, you know. We are just watching the circus. So hopefully this week, maybe the next one, they're gonna exchange everyone. I hope that exchanges will happen this weekend as well, not just today, but during the weekend. We're gonna go through those news, okay? It's up to Yankee, United States friends. Argovia in Switzerland. Cheers. Yay! Tiffin. Switzerland is awesome. So almost every time you are saying elsewhere, you should rather say everywhere. Keep up your grade. Oh, okay. Everywhere. Thank you. My English is not so good. But you understood, yeah? Even if I say elsewhere. Elsewhere. I like elsewhere. Maybe everywhere is better because I have S's in my sound, in my voice. So everywhere, there are no S's in that word. What I wanna show you guys is the map, and here in Staritsa, by the way, also Kharkiv Oblast, Russia attacks, and the Russians are saying that they are propelling in this Liman. This is the small village of Liman, not that far away from Vovchansk. And here's Otradne. Otradne, fully liberated. This is the small village. Like, how many streets are there? 1, 2, 3, maybe 4, 5, 6, 7. 6, 7. And not many houses, you see, just some houses in a row. Already, even on this image, we may see that they're been hurt. So they've been hit. Probably on the modern day Google images. Let's check, for example, the Google image. Kharkiv, where is this? I think I will not find that small village on the Google Maps, but who knows, who knows. It is from, yeah, there are many of the small villages here. Bilokivka, Otradne. Bilokivka. Is it the same one? Well, you see also destroyed houses are shown. They mainly do not exist, you see. It is not under construction, those are, they've been hit. So at Otradne we may check out about the information about the flag, and right away we have it. So Ukrainian forces raised their flag over village Otradne in Kharkiv Oblast. Coordinates, and definitely Ukrainian flag and the same destroyed buildings there. Nothing is left. Otradne, the same building, but it is gone. Yeah, you see the old images and the new images. And this is the drone image, it seems like. We have the video from the 6th Army Corps. I'm gonna open that on Telegram. Oh shit, this is loud. I'm gonna switch off the music, and our guys went there with a small infantry counterattack. Image looks like AI generated, but it's just enhanced from this distance. So it's real, just enhanced. They zoomed in and they use some of the software for enhancement. So this is the real thing. And even the Russians, you saw on their charts, they confirmed that. Plus we have this drone image, yeah. 16th Army Corps, Otradne, and nearby territory in Dvorichany, Kharkiv Oblast. As the result of the successful assault operation, 16th Army Corps, nearly 22 square kilometers of the territory was liberated, including Otradne village. During the operation, enemy sustained losses. 56 of the occupiers were cancelled. Units of 129 separate mechanized brigade went on attack. All the actions of the enemy from the fortified positions and tree lines and dugouts. Our guys moved from enemy from those territories I mentioned. Operation including assault groups, drone operators, and artillery. All work together precisely and professionally. So we have the result. Ukrainian warriors step by step hit enemy positions, destroying all of the attempts to hold the ground for Russians, and later on they went on assault, called calculation, cooperation, so they say it's great. But rather again under Ukrainian control. So we see that on the 5th year of the big war in Ukraine, the fights are ongoing for very small villages. It wasn't even imaginable back in 2022. Then the fights were happening for really huge portions of the land, for big cities, for even Ukrainian oblasts. So now fights are tree-line, very tiny village, and then Russia gains this territory. Even on their propaganda TV, they're saying about, this is something outstanding. Even Putin himself says about some settlements which are being occupied, and the settlements are very, very tiny. And they say, but they, of course, present it as the major achievement. As it was with Kupiansk. Putin said about Kupiansk, but Zelensky went there later on after Ukrainian counterattack. So, the fight isn't going for basically straight. It's some sort of it doesn't look like the war Putin wanted to conduct. Scott Horner, look, Ukraine, you lost most of Donetsk. In reality, Russia was unable to take Donetsk in 12 years of fighting. Yes. It's interesting. Maybe I should film my reaction on that interview, but at first I need to watch that. And the problem with my reactions, even on Mendel propaganda interview with Tucker Carlson, is that I cannot show their videos on my channel. I understand that there is the fair use. So according to the legislation, American one, I can take someone's video and react on that, make my own comments. But knowing those individuals like Joe Rogan, like Tucker Carlson, they might strike the channels. So I'll have problems if I react on them. Understand that after a few months I may win and YouTube would raise the restrictions, but for that time, it's just one more headache to really put their videos on my channel and to react on that. If Putin dies, lives who replace him it would be worse. Maybe, you never know. Good evening, Nomos. Exist bridgehead of the cream. It was okay on stream. No one cares what Putin says. They don't get Donetsk anymore. Too well protected. Well, Institute for the Study of War say that they are not sure whether Russia is really capable to take Donetsk. In my last video I told about it. So if you are still there doing this years from now, so I will want Ukraine to prevail to victory, the English guy in Spain. Oh, nice. Guys on the road, thank you. Jans, hi. Hope you're doing well. So yeah, we have some of the great news from the Kharkiv Oblast, Kharkiv region. 16th Army. And of course, there was an exchange. Yeah, our guys are definitely, some of them are exhausted. They returned. Those photos were shown from today's exchange. I hoped for 1,000 on 1,000 exchange. And yesterday I told on my Telegram channel and in one of my videos that I'm quite positive about exchange, because I have some of the insights. But yeah, it's the first wave, let's say. 205 Ukrainian defenders have been returned. Now they're negotiating still lists of the people being exchanged. Still we not sure about particular families. Those are Ukrainian Marines. I think they're from Azovstal. I'm not sure. They were Marines in Azovstal. Together with Azov, there were border control, Marines, police, something else. Together with Azov soldiers. I'm gonna switch off the music. Yeah, luckily they all returned. Not all, I mean. Still, there are many of the prisoners of war in Russian captivity, but little by little they're coming home. And the most important thing for Ukrainians is to capture more of the Russians. Yeah, so the exchange fund is so-called. Is there data about how many of these returned Ukrainian soldiers also rejoined the army service after being returned? Well, theoretically, totally not. They cannot rejoin, like, if they are not willing, no one should force them. This is according to all of those articles, Geneva Conventions, and so on. But in practice, sometimes it is happening that they are fighting. The exact number, I'm not sure. Andrew, thank you so much for the channel support. Good evening, Dance. Looking for good 4 years on. Keep it up. Thank you, Andrew, and greetings to UK. Thanks for super chat and for the channel support. When I remember the siege of Mariupol, that was crazy. Yeah. Anyone that's seen that could see that Russia is just pure evil. Yeah, they've just bombed the hell out of the city. Every freed is good. Yeah, Russia is losing from 2022. Soon we have to accept that. Yeah, I also agree with that. I think that Russia lost the war back in 2022. And Putin tried to change it for the war of attrition. But this one, the longer it continues, the worse it is for Russia. We see that he is not winning this war of attrition. He doesn't have those resources and army organization. Then YouTube is like 15 seconds behind. But yeah, actually, this is good for Twitch. That on Twitch it's right away. You see the stream, you comment, like there is split of second delay, but on YouTube it's usually 15 seconds. Dennis, which canton do you live? Greetings from St. Gallen. Canton Zurich. Trump give up to Ukraine, Orban lose to Aperture Margarin, he's losing to Year of King of Putin's next. Yeah, Morgan. Can you remember the pictures from Mariupol with those clouds burning, phosphorus falling from the sky? Yeah, this is terrible. Yeah, luckily our guys returned, so I can read it to you. 205 Ukrainians have returned home from Russian captivity in the first stage of the 1,000 on 1,000 exchange. The freed prisoners include soldiers of the Armed Forces, National Guard, State Border Guard Service, from the privates to officers, from privates to officers, Most of them have been held since 2022 and defended Ukraine in Mariupol, Azovstal, Donbass, Kharkiv, Kherson, Zaporizhia, Sumy, Kiev directions, and Chernobyl nuclear power plant. Yeah, a long time. Just imagine all those years, more than 4 years in Russian prison. This is crazy. Luckily, they're alive. What we have from Supernova?
Сходила я в военкомат. Мысли, конечно, разные посетили меня.
This is Russia. Meanwhile, Russian military conscription centers are actively making... I will translate it to English. Just don't want to spend the time for translation. Enlistment officers of Russia are actively conducting events to register the male population. The year 2026, in the first year of which the heated mobilization began to fail, is ensuring the much-loved tactic of the mid-storms. The military enlistments office directly says it's better to sign contract than to be subjected to mobilization later, for which Kremlin regime has obviously prepared better than in 2022. Yes, de facto it's like that. Such an exciting and nerve-wracking situation, guys. So this guy went there to, review his details. He got this letter basically to visit this enlistment or conscription center. Many of the people, he said, all of them obtained those letters of conscription. We were mobilized. Interesting. We were recruited on contract service, he said. Well, they were freed. They were not taken to Russian army straight away. They have this mobilization notice, he says. They say that there will be mobilization in general in Russia. They say to not being directly taken to Russian army in mobilization wave, sign the contract with the Russian army now. But they say that for now there will be no mobilization. It will be in the future somewhere. If Russia declares war, it will announce mobilization. But we know that the previous mobilization was done without declaration of the war officially. They told... they have this mobilization. They were not mobilized for now, but they got a mobilization letter that in case of the official declaration of the state of war, martial law implementation, they should in 2 hours get to some of the place where they will be sent later to the front lines.
Никогда не думал, что вообще живем в интересное время.
Living in an interesting time.
Время. То, что будем жить в мире, в согласии. В 10-х годах просто мы семьями просто.
Okay, it doesn't, some philosophical stuff, it is not that interesting. The fact that they were told that in the future there will be mobilization in Russia, and to avoid that, it's better to sign the contract with the Russian army right now. I think they don't know themselves about whether it's going to be really mobilization or not. It's like the hint to force the Russians to sign the contract with the army. That's it. That's high. Azov is going back to Mariupol is amazing. Yeah, with the drones for now. Hopefully one day not just with the drones. Yeah, I'm sure that the Ukrainian Ukraine will be capable to liberate everything of that. Russians published one more map. Let me show you. Russians also made their infiltration attacks. You see, they put their flags here on top. Okay. Well, anyways, where did they? Here. They put their flag. Near was Dvizhenka, and they're attacking. What is happening? Accidentally switched the page. But Ukraine goes on counter. It's very strange what is happening in Zaporizhia direction. Malaya Tekmachka is here in the bottom. So Russia goes here on attack, and Ukraine goes in a counterattack to Elektrokonstantinovka. Elena Konstantinovka. Russia and also Rozhdestvenskaya Russia, Ukraine is attacking. But Russia took this territory, you see here. Also near Gulay-Pole in Volshebna. Here is бойцы РФ с флагом Volshebna. Yeah. Russians took Volshebna, with a small infiltration attack. 3 of the Russian soldiers were spotted. Yeah, Russians took more territories here. And near Vozdvizhenka, they moved with a gray zone. Yeah, it's Zaporizhia direction. It's very hard now to say who has an advantage, in particular in Gulay-Pole direction. Ukraine goes on counterattacks. Russians also move, you see, taking the ground. Ukraine definitely has an advantage more to the north here. There is Dnipropetrovsk Oblast, where the major Ukrainian counteroffensive was. And Ukraine actually gained more ground than ever. Not than ever, but since 2023. It's because of this Dnipropetrovsk direction. There was an attempt of Ukraine to advance to Gulay-Pole with the Klavs, and Ukrainian soldiers, I think they were spotted in Staroukrainka and further. However, that counterattack of Ukraine, it didn't went as planned, I think. So it didn't reach its goals, so Gulay-Pole is still under Russian control. Yeah, before the defense was organized not so good in this direction, Gulay-Pole was taken really fast by Russians, because there were just territorial defense from 114th, I think, territorial defense battalion or group. So they are not that capable. Now there are guys from 225th. They're fire brigades of Ukraine, so they're working very, very well. Everyone, it's like that, but not their system. I believe this time the stronger Zelensky will not give them up again. Germany built Koma ammunition. Sweden's army made big changes for their procedures thanks to the ZSU. Oh, that's nice of this. This Russian advanced are tiny and not world. Yeah, it's like very tiny advancements. Both from Russia and from Ukraine, the front lines are mainly standstill. I think there was analytics for the few last months about the advancements, territorial gains. So Russia, before previous year, they were way more successful than now. Yeah. So what are your thoughts on 155th reports of abuse with Skilla command? I haven't heard that. Potatoes, wheat, and organic stuff. I saw a picture of my friend meeting Sweet's crown princess. Cool. Jake Brokol, Alexander Lukashenko, Potato Shenko. Yeah, potato is like the national dish of Belarus. At least people are joking about it. I'm not sure about the real thing about potato, but Lukashenko, he got many of the nicknames he has. People making fun of him, usually calling him cockroach or potato dictator or something like that. Yeah, it is happening. Nazi Germany took half Europe in 5 days. Ukrainian so weak that mighty Russian army can take only some meters in years. Oh, kilometers. But yeah, they were the most successful during first few months. Then they attacked south of Ukraine. Basically, Ukraine, let's be honest, wasn't prepared for the war, and Russians managed to occupy southern Ukraine without heavy fights, without... Well, there was resistance just in Mariupol, sadly. They just watched the Warthog video. They said that 2 Ukraine prisoners who died had the heads cut off. Yeah, there is lots of the information that I cannot even tell you to avoid, restrictions, and I don't want to create some sort of the shocking content on my channel. But yeah, if we really go deep into the war and the information we obtain from on Telegrams, on Twitter, where the censorship is very low, so there's a very, very big shit happening. And yeah, 2 of the Ukrainian soldiers, they were beheaded after they were imprisoned by Russians. Decapitated, sorry, not beheaded, decapitated. It was, I don't remember actually the direction, probably Zaporizhia Oblast, but I'm not sure. There was videos published, so yeah, of course I cannot even maybe tell in my regular updates about this one, but on stream, if you mention that, yes, I can confirm that. Is the Crimea bridge still open? Yeah, of course, it's functioning. Alright guys, I'm gonna put you some of the videos. I just need to go to the toilet. Video published 1 hour ago by Mygar. Yeah, some of the stuff from the front lines. Our wedding photographers. Yeah, I'm gonna come back very, very soon, okay? Okay. I shared it on my Telegram already. Russian faces of the war is just a pause, in the stream. Needed to put some of the video. No, nothing happened there. Nothing. It's for both of the platforms, for YouTube, for Twitch. Those are our wedding photographers, are doing the job, making photos of Russians, saving selfies. Yeah, everything is good. Everything is normal. The special military operation goes according to plan, so nothing to worry about. Yeah, Russia is winning. Okay. The question is how much manpower Russia has left. It's how many soldiers do they have actually decently trained. Yeah, and you saw in those Magyar videos that mostly they're not on mid-wave attacks. They're like going in small assault groups, 1-2 soldiers hiding somewhere. So, but nevertheless, they have losses. So even without mid-waves, they have those. They just extended in time. So if some mid-wave attack goes, it's been cancelled right away. Big losses immediately. Infiltration attacks, basically same losses, but just in time. It takes a while to find them, to kaput them. This is just historical footage, education footage, especially educating Russians to stay home. Yeah. Thanks for following, Marcus. Thank you for following. Oh, Chicago, nice. Chicago. And then, what do you know about Ukrainian space rocket tests? I don't know anything about it. I'm sorry, it's not my topic. Scruncher back will show you some more questions that people posted you. You can ask questions once again. My chat is like, I see maximum 7 lines of the comments, maximum 7. So I'm sorry. On Twitch, I see more. Here on YouTube, and I cannot do anything about it. So if I missed your comment, you may ask again and maybe I'll see it. How can you cope with this war all these years? Yeah, it's actually kind of sad. Like, I mean, it might change mind and the state. Like, you are becoming more sturdy to blood, dismembering, and all that shit. So yeah, I think that before I was more sensitive, as many others, by the way, especially those who watch uncensored videos on TikTok or Twitch or Telegram. Firepoint is launching satellites. No, I don't think so. Or are they? I haven't heard about it, at least. What are your thoughts on Trump visiting China, Dennis? I want to record a separate video on my other trash channel. It's called Captain Dennis, where, United States are not being presented from the powerful side on that summit this year, sadly. The summit was planned before the war with Iran, but now, United States is not in a state of the winning. They're not winning in Iran. Actually, no one is winning. The situation is standstill without visible solution. So United States, they were looking not so good. And it wasn't the breakthrough during those negotiations. So sadly, China now, China thinks that it has an upper hand, and with Donald Trump's administration, maybe they have it. We'll see. So I have a couple of Ukrainian friends that I know sport in UK, but neither of them speak Ukrainian. They're both from Odessa. Should I trust them? Yeah, I also don't speak Ukrainian. I speak Russian. Well, if some Ukrainian speaks Ukrainian, I would also speak Ukrainian, or some person. But usually I speak Russian. What is the true injury or death rate for both armies? Can Ukraine sustain their manpower indefinitely with drones? Indefinitely, no, but for many years ahead, it may sustain. You see, Russians, they're attacking. Ukrainians are mostly staying on one place. It's kind of rare that Ukraine counterattacks, and if it counterattacks, usually it goes with way less losses than for Russians. And even Rubio himself, he stated that Russians are losing at least 5 times more soldiers than Ukraine. So here If Russia has 5 times more population than Ukraine, basically the losses are similar, so the stakes are the same with the manpower. Yeah, and still there are millions of people in Ukraine, and not everyone is getting drafted. Trump is the only they make money for himself, and China is going to make move on Taiwan soon, and Trump got money to not intervene. Trump is a complete disaster to the world peace, all known for money. Well, we don't have the proofs that Trump got directly bribed by China, right? Possible scenario, yes. About Taiwan, I'm not sure whether China might do it in the coming year. Maybe they will, but it's going to be the most difficult operation in the human history. So they're also, I think, concerned about the outcome. We'll see. What do you believe the appropriate response to the inevitable crisis that will come about once the United States realizes that we can't allow one-man Boeing Musk to control basically all the world's rockets? NASA has a separate program. Musk is not controlling all of the rockets in the world's rockets. Like how? He is controlling. Yeah, see you, Morgan. Thanks for the comments. So about Elon, I'm not sure. Like, he is over-exaggerated a little bit with his control. He is creepy, but yeah. I wanted to about China. Trump's China visit. Coincidentally, I was joking that okay, Trump is going to China to get his Trump phone. You know, this T1 Trump mobile, the phone which they promised to release the last year, but they're releasing it now. At least they recorded a video about Trump phone, and this is China phone, just copy paste. And it happened exactly by the time of Trump's visit to China. It seems like I was just joking that Trump would go and ask Xi Jinping to help him with his phone. But yeah, and it's made in China. The phone will be made in China, guys. Not as it was advertised initially, made in the United States. Absolutely not. Yeah. The thing Ukraine can reach their goal of 50,000 Russians casualties per month by the end of the year. Everything could be ours. Everything. I'm not sure, like, we're gonna see de facto, okay? See shows Trump, who is the boss, was now the United States talking nice stuff of China. Yeah. They're very... Charlie hasn't received his phone yet. Yeah, Jellyfish. He has his Trump phone drama. He, I think, recorded 5 or 6 videos about Trump phone, how he calls to support and everything of that. And people were sure that Trump phone would not be released. Today I even watched the video of CoffeeZilla. He said, okay, this one more scam. So he said, I ordered Trump a phone. And just one day after, they released the official video of how the phone is going to be released soon. But basically, it's not the flagship phone. Absolutely. It's like several years old and built in China. Nothing to do with the United States, as well as those Trump MAGA hats. They're also made in China. So everything is basically made in China and promoted as some patriotic products, you know, just made to bribe. Not bribe, just to fraud people. Yeah, it's like a major rug pull. It was with a Trump coin, Melania coin, so the same stuff is going with the products. Trump merch. Yeah, it's the shittiest merch you can potentially get, probably. I mean, there is nothing behind it. Nothing American, except name Trump, and it's been sold in America. The rest is freaking China-made. Donnie's biggest scammer and ever lived, and feel like at least the most hated one, yeah. It's fascinating that Europe doesn't have a single reusable rocket. Okay. I'm not in concern really about astronomy for this stream, at least. I like astronomy, but I think there are things that we should worry more about. Reusable rocket or non-reusable rocket. I think it's better to concentrate on the drones. By the way, guys, I already prepaid this on my trash channel. I stream sometimes games. I already got this one for the Horizon 6. It was released for premium, but I bought a usual one, so May 19th I'm gonna stream this game. I even got the Logitech wheel. I'm gonna put it here. It's not really expensive. So yeah, May 19th gonna play this one. They promise Japan map. Japan map is the biggest open world franchise has built. Rural countryside, dense cities, streets and snowy mountain roads make very drive feel real as you race through Horizon Festival. So yeah, we'll see. Really, I never played this game. People are very positive about it. I'll see. It reminds me Gran Turismo, the first one I played on PlayStation 1. Yeah. So you have tuning, you have like vehicles, nice. Small vehicles, ordinary vehicles, sport vehicles. It could be really interesting. Then you're ready for GTA 6? Yeah, at least my PC is ready, I hope. ECA has the first year. Oh yeah, some people say that actually Europe has a reusable rocket. It's called Ariane. So don't worry about Dementia Don't and his latest grifts. Let MAGA wonder why they got scammed. Yeah. Just check Trump coin. After initial skyrocketing, it lost 95% of its value. Like everything. Yeah. Yeah, the fat wagon. It's like that. Unfortunately, us PC users will not get GTA 6 before sometime in 2027, if not 2028. Really? It's Kohash. So it's gonna be released on PlayStation 5, that's it? Can I stream from PlayStation 5? I have PlayStation 5, it's just covered with the dust. I don't play it. Trump is just president scam, yeah. He's a fraud guy. There are 0 rare earth currently mines in the European Union. Yeah, United States, Europe, they are very dependent on Chinese rare earth minerals. But China is also dependent on other natural resources. Some people say that GTA 6 will suck. We'll see. No one knows, really. There are multiple rumors. And what's the difference for PS5 Pro? Like, what's the difference with PS5, usual one? Rockstar always releases on console first. The bastards. Yeah, really. Well, if I find a variant of how to play it from PC5, maybe I'll stream it. But GTA 6, I think it's great. It will be good, I think. Well, there are some different rumors, but we'll see. Yeah, the drama with this United Nations vehicle. Where is it? I think I tweeted today about United Nations vehicle. What the hell is my... I changed my logo and I didn't get used to it myself. They even put funny music there. Дай Боже здоров'я, бро. О, дякую, Богіт 8746. Дуже дякую. І також за підтримку канала. Дякую. Вам також здоров'я. Thanks for super chat and yeah. Thank you. So here we have a video. I'm gonna put myself probably here a little bit lower. The video showing the Russian drone. They posted it themselves. I mean, on their channels, on Russian channels, they posted the drone video from their own cameras. I think I'm gonna remove the music. And here's the United Nations vehicle, their Toyota Land Cruiser. And it was hit in the back. Luckily, everyone in the car is okay. Here how it was. So this is the Russian drone on the left. Yeah, probably here it's better to see. So it hit this vehicle. And later on, the vehicle was like, they changed the tire. And the same vehicle was hit later on in Kherson. So United Nations with United Nations. And what Russians are saying on their channels, that Ukrainians are painting United Nations symbols on their military vehicles. That is their excuse, you see. Then de facto representatives of the United Nations, they told that definitely they were hit, but they don't know who did it. They're not sure. Some mysterious force with the drones, you know, in Kherson, in Ukrainian Kherson city, which is under Ukrainian control still. Freaking Russians posted it on their channels, and the United Nations are so useless that they're saying that they don't know who hit them. Not someone, not those kids, elderly people, everyone, because Russia posts the same stuff with the Ukrainian civilians whom they attack. Even themselves, if someone kills, I don't know, it's like on the street, you know, someone would attack a victim, start to stop, like multiple of the times. Someone else would come and say, oh, who is stabbing you? I don't know. I don't know who is stabbing me. I don't freaking know. This is the United Nations now. Is there a chance of peace? Can't trust dictators, yeah. Sounds like United Nations is afraid of Russia. Yeah, it's useless nations. It should be ruined, like dismantled as League of Nations before, after the First World War. So United Nations are useless, like they're sucking money for absolutely zero purpose. Fuck them. Fiber drone assassinations are gonna be huge in 2027. Maybe Pokemon guy, who knows? The Pandora box is open with those FPV drones. Oh, this isn't. Whoa, this is the image. I would say the image of the day. Yeah? Looks like. And this is not the cloud in the background. This is a refinery in Ryazan. Your chat is frozen on your stream. Ah, really? Okay, I'll change it. Hopefully. Yeah, this software that I use, sometimes it's kind of creepy. Application error. Okay. I'll revive it from the death. Before it was working actually fine. Application error. Subject has been deployed, please. Come on, open. Now I cannot open it. Probably I'll cancel comments. No, it crashed, like it crashed completely. Social Stream Ninja. I cannot open that one. Interesting. Maybe through the panel task manager. Nope, I cannot do it. Yeah, it crashed. It like crashed and cannot even be opened. All right. Well, no comment then. YouTube and Twitch is working fine. Yeah, the main thing is YouTube and Twitch is working fine, but you know, this comment appearance page, it just, so we have the tool, like I have the tool just to pump out some of the comments from YouTube. That's what I have, but not the YouTube chat. Did you get the virus? No, it's just crashed. It crashed and cannot start. This Social Stream Ninja I use. This is a very stupid thing, very stupid software. It's glitching all the time. I need to find something else to show comments on the screen. Social Stream Ninja is really stupid. So we're gonna remove those comments here as well. Yeah. So sorry, but I read all of the chats, so no worries. I can see your comments. Ukraine's okay. Let's put visuals here. Ukraine's 225th Scale Assault Regiment resumed operations in southern Dnipropetrovsk Oblast, controlling the Berezovo-Ternova area and clearing Russian strong points near Zlagoda. Russians 5th and 69th Brigades and Rubicon Command Post were hit.
Про успішне просування штурмових груп полку «Скеля».
Yeah, Skela.
В окремих ділянках штурмовики
Skela is the assault regiment. Okay.
берегів річки Янчур. Знищено офіцера, взято полонених.
Officer was captured, some of the Russian imprisoned.
Контролю українських сил, де також працюють підрозділи «Скелі». Тут зафіксовано просування штурмовиків, які відновили наступ на півдні Дніпропетровщини. За час операції
Okay.
Вот сюда вот эти умные пусть придут и походят. Роман, говорит, что все.
I need to point more attention on that one next, so to tell you the story about this counterattack in Dnipropetrovsk direction. Not sure what is happening there so far, like with details, but something is happening. So what Donald Trump says about Iran? Yeah, we have some random news coming. Ukraine, Iran, everything, politics. Trump to New York Times. David Sanger, I had a total military victory, he said. But the fake news guys like you write incorrectly. You're a fake guy. We had a total military victory. I actually think it's sort of treasonous what you write. You should be ashamed of yourself. I actually think it is. It's so like military victory, but we cannot open the Strait of Hormuz. So what's the use of this military victory then? Then you also have to talk about Eurovision today. It's this live stream before the final. Well, I don't care. If you could choose the same amount of money via Buy Me a Coffee, Twitch, Stream Elements, or Patreon, which one would you favor? Buy Me a Coffee or Patreon? Yeah. Massive victory, yeah. Absolutely. The fat wagon, that's... I'll be happy not to see Trump's face in 2 more years. Yeah. We all will be happy, I think, would be happy. Eurovision is for degraded people. Well, some people like Eurovision, but it's not the contest that I like, of course. It's not my style, absolutely. By the way, I got my tickets for Metallica. I will go for Metallica. Finally, they worth, like, they're very expensive. The most expensive tickets I ever purchased. But once in my lifetime, I want to go. And it's going to be, I think this month, yeah. Yeah, soon, very soon, in a couple of weeks. Metallica needs a better drummer, though. I should finish it today, closed. Yeah, they also have the tour in Europe. So once in my lifetime, I should visit Metallica concert. Absolutely. Well, I don't know if I'll, after all, get tickets. I paid for them. I paid quite a lot, but this is the organization that purchased the tickets from, like, officially they sold out. So that organization searches for the tickets. Some people like change their mind from all of those thousands, tens of thousands, and they return their tickets. They appear right away, and that organization it purchased, like, grabs those, tickets out. And yeah, you're purchasing from them, and they, of course, put extra fee, like, well, I was too late to buy them right away, officially. So you'll have, I think I'll have the tickets, but I still don't have, they usually appear like 1 day before the concert through that organization. You need to visit Rock am Ring, you get Metallica a dozen more for less than $200. Yeah, where is it happening? Oh, very interesting video showing it's it shows Ukrainian drone in operation, Ukrainian drone interceptor units. I'll put myself here. Let's watch it.
It's a race against time as a Ukrainian soldier runs to deploy an interceptor drone to block an incoming attack.
Було виявлено ціль, ми відносно вже здійснили бойовий виліт.
Volodymyr and other members of the 5th Assault Brigade are relying on Ukrainian technology to defend the front lines. Their weapon of choice, Sting interceptor drones, a domestically produced unmanned vehicle designed to take out Shahed drones launched by Russia.
Принцип один. Побачив, підійшов максимально близько і нажав кнопочку вибуху, так, щелк, і 2 об'єкта взриваються. Тобто взривається наш засіб і взривається ворожий. Задоволення від того, що він не долетів, що він не натворив шкоди. Неважливо, бабусі чи військовим. От він просто не виконав свою місію.
The Sting interceptors have a 3D printed body and can fly at an altitude of 3 kilometers, far higher than most quadcopters. But one of their biggest assets is the price point. Each Sting costs around $2,000, while the Shahed drones they target cost $20,000 to $50,000 each. By comparison, the surface-to-air Patriot missiles used to counter drone and missile attacks run into the millions.
гарна математика. Тобто ми зараз дійсно за копійки розмінюємо дуже кругленьку суму ворога.
According to Reuters, Qatar and the United States have inquired about purchasing Sting interceptors from Ukraine to counter attacks in the Gulf.
То за ними великий потенціал і всі хочуть їх. Абсолютно всі.
Це дійсно посилює, і я вважаю, будь-які складові на міжнародній арені.
Ukrainian engineers say future generations of interceptor drones will incorporate AI systems, enabling them to track targets with minimal human input. As Ukraine fights to defend hundreds of miles along the front, their homegrown tech is already playing a major role.
Як говориться, в нас зараз війна дронів. Тобто цим все сказано. Да, штурми нікуди не ділися, піхота нікуди не ділася, але велика частина того, що нам треба захищати небо.
Yeah, sorry. So this is the look from inside on those Ukrainian drone operations. Very interesting. Thomas Cannon, thank you so much for your awesome support. Thank you for membership gifts. Thank you for your generosity. Thank you so much. So, those Sting drones, it is the only name for Ukrainian drone interceptors which doesn't require censorship, because there are also drones like P1 Sun, which means P-Sun, and P-Sun in Ukrainian it's penis, dick, or cock. And also, what is that? Dildak. D1L DAC. It's written like D1L DAC, so it's Dildak actually. You understand what it means. So Sting interceptors, they just sting. They just sting. Nothing unusual about their name. Yeah, somehow Ukraine is very humoristic about the drone names. By the way, Putin is going to China too. I guess in roughly 5 days. At least there was the information about it. Yeah, China propaganda works a lot. They're like in the middle of everything, yeah. Donald Trump goes to them. Putin goes to them. What is this? 27 minutes ago, United States decided to use helicopters with machine guns against United States military unloads on cartel boat. I wonder where is it happening. And the helicopter, you see, it's this kind of the strange color. It looks like the rescue helicopter. And they fire not to the boat, but in front, you see? Like, you need to turn this thing. And probably boat decided to turn. Maybe it's already close to the United States, I'm not sure, to United States, sure. Also, R-15 style rifle here with a scope. So, they didn't turn, and here we go with the fire from R-15 style. precise fireball. It's actually kind of difficult to aim it because helicopters, they're shaky. Yeah, even though he might put the rifle on a belt here, but I wonder why they're not using machine gun here. And they stop. Maybe they aim the engine. Maybe they aim the engine. A line goes with the engine, it looks like. So it's not here. The idea is not to kaput all them, like the entire boat with machine gun, at least like that. So here is, I would say, is way better. I hope that they're, and I think, yeah, they are firing to the engine. Yeah, they're alive. They even throw those life vests, you see. So it's, of course, way better. This is how it should be done. This is how it should be done. So they're not kaputting lives. They're not eliminating those. Even though if they're drug cartels, they should be prosecuted. Yeah, they should have their terms in prisons. If there is death penalty, they should have death penalty. But it shouldn't be done like flatlining without any sort of the official legislation, court and prosecution, defense, everything. This is the democracy. Yeah. War crimes should not be done even against those crazy fuckers. There was the case with the Nuremberg process against Nazis. They killed millions of people, but still they had their own process. And after, so they also deserve their own process, I guess. Yeah, this is how it is done according to regulations, legislations. So I really enjoy those kind of the operations that they stop the boat and I see that those guys, they are moving in the boat. They've been saved. And later on, I think captured, maybe even. This is how it should be done. Yeah, this is the humane way of how to deal with those cartels. Not like, kaboom, bam. What the boat is there, who knows what they carry, you know? Just the boat. Yeah, in most of the cases, I believe that those are the drug boats, but you never know by 100%. And kaboom in the boat, just like that. So this is a very nice stuff. This is what I like. What people say about cartel work. We got the fastest boat in the Pacific, United States military. Cute. Bro thought the ocean was safe. United States military dropped the Call of Duty airstrikes IRL. This is exactly what I want. My taxes going toward. United States military not today. Winning requires sacrifice people. What their children want. Why was released? This footage is insane. Yeah, Coast Guard. Yeah, I think it's Coast Guard. No drone strike. Yeah. So no drone strike. Yeah, it's not the drone strike this time. They try to like call the boat to turn. Probably didn't want to turn or what? Or it turned. Well, they decided to kaput it. Nice. This job is awesome. I like this one. Carrying illegal Trump phones. Yes, smuggling Trump phones from China. This is a nice comment. Coast Guards are class acts. Yeah, if those are the Coast Guards, they are really professionals, yeah. That's why the helicopter is the red color. Those are the Coast Guards. They're, of course, they have their own like way of how to deal with that, and yeah, they're really nice. Humane, you know, let's say humane to humanity. What Trump does is a war crime. Yeah, basically, if you flatline boat, especially really far away, they're not even close to United States. They're somewhere really far away, like hundreds of miles away. And allegedly, they're moving some of the drugs and one of the boats, I think the first one they shared, it carried 11 persons on board. 11 persons on board. I think that those were some of the refugees, illegal immigrants, you may call them, and the United States just kaputted them with the help of the drone missile. That's it. Moreover, they double tapped, at least in one of the cases, and there was the big scandal. Now people tend to forget, about those war crimes, but definitely those are the war crimes. War crimes. Pete Hexed. And if some of the commanders, officers, generals, they're against those war crimes, they're being laid off by Pete Hexed, by Pentagon, this White House administration. Loyalty, that is what matters. Pokemon guy, hi. You're here already for a long time. They focus on rescue a lot since no one is stupid enough to attack United States at sea. Yeah. So many inside American government and military that just love to kill. Yeah. It's many of people, actually I'm opening you the secret, but many of the people who are willing to join army, not just in the United States, but in the world, they have willing to kill. Yeah. Somewhere in their head. Yeah. It's like that. I read the interview of, I watch sometimes this Green Beret Valhalla FVT. He's like this America first guy. We are different about attitude for Ukraine, but nevertheless, he's professional, he's a smart guy, and he makes funny video about Trump, blaming him about the stuff. And he opened like those, not secrets, but his perspective on Green Beret stuff, on the wars of the United States in Afghanistan, and how definitely, like he told, like, what the hell are we doing? Like, we just did really terrible stuff, even to civilians. So, yeah. This is philosophy of many of those, but at the same time, he's saying, like, he doesn't have this PTSD or something. It's like, okay, it was like, but he's saying that they're not they shouldn't be the role model for normal people. Yeah, those guys, especially he said elite forces like Green Berets. They were doing really terrible stuff there. And then there's a German guy here in Ukraine right now. I really appreciate your work, looking at every video. Hope you are doing good. Thank you, Nikki Stitch. Respect for the weight loss. Okay, I'm gaining the weight now. I think I gained like 5 kilos and my face is getting wider once again. I don't know what to do. My appetite went back. Before, somehow I canceled it, but now it's coming back. I'm from Czech Republic. Oh, Czech Republic is awesome. Milariha. Thank you so much, Meryl here 007. Thank you so much for your kind support of the channel, and greetings to the Czech Republic. Czechs are awesome, and Prague is awesome. One of the best, I would say, European cities. My recommendation for you to visit. Yeah. It's crowded with tourists, but it's very, very good. I like Prague. I've flown lots of the times to Prague as a pilot before, and yeah, this city is fantastic. Greetings to Czech Republic. You don't need to put drug boat in quotes. They're not fishing. Yeah. Greetings from Brazil. Hello. I was involved in Manfred a better week. What do you think about the videos on Azov channel? What about the videos on Azov channel? I subscribe, I guess, for Azov. Azov. Yeah, the last time I streamed on Sunday and we had 2 times more activity on stream. Yeah, they have like POV videos. Azov fighters from UK learns Ukrainian to fight Russian occupiers better. What?
My name is Warhammer. I am of the Azov International Battalion. I am Bravo Company Sergeant. I was in the British Army for nearly 10 years. I served 2 operational tours of Afghanistan in 2009 and 2012. I've always had a little bit of a fascination with Chernobyl, Ukraine and its people. I am a professional soldier. This is my job. This is what I do. There is no question that Azov is the best. It's called 12th Brigade Special Forces for a reason.
Hello. Too cold, no electricity, like the whole time.
What problems does language skills help to solve?
It's that base communication. It's being able to walk into a shop and order a packet of cigarettes or buy a coffee. And then, especially with dealing with casualties, because specific information has to be passed for us to be able to do our job and treat a casualty properly. It's very hard to understand exactly what someone means, especially in a moment where the adrenaline is up, it's very confusing, it's very loud, and orders can become easily mixed up. This is why it's so important that we learn Ukrainian.
So when there's no power, it's a perfect time for me to practice.
So inside the classes, I had to learn how to pronounce Ukrainian properly. That was probably one of the more difficult parts for me, is remembering the words, because there's nothing sounding similar, and then forming the actual words with your mouth and being able to produce the sound that you want.
Відступаючи.
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 It's a beautiful language, and it has 1,000,001 different words, and I think that it's something that if you intend to come here and work as a soldier, it's something you should really take seriously, trying to speak to other people, and people are very, very humbled when you do speak Ukrainian to them and they understand that you're trying. The most difficult part is probably reading it, because a lot of the letters are very similar to what they are in the Latin alphabet, but they're completely different and then sound completely different in Ukrainian. Switch.
Yeah. Letter H. Yeah, in Ukrainian it's letter N. Yeah. Stuff like that. But some letters are the same, like M, T, O, like lots of the similar. But H is like, or P, yeah? Letter P, it's R. It's not P, it's R. Yeah. So something like that. P is a little, P, it's like this. P. Well, yeah.
Провільніше, заховайся. Most days when I'm with my med team, I use it as much as I possibly can. Most of my med team are Ukrainian, so I can practice with the girls quite a lot, which is very useful for me. However, they get a good laugh out
Practice with the girls. Okay, okay.
of it more than I learn anything.
Best way to learn
You
English.
like it. It's
Sorry,
with a
Ukrainian.
Ворона.
Ворона.
Проворонила.
Поноронева.
Вороненя.
What?
I think one of the things that
Ворона проворонила вороненя. Crowd didn't take care about the crawling. Okay.
need to practice on the most is learning more and learning structural sentences that I can use in everyday life, because of the skill gap of not being able to constantly be in a position where I'm surrounded by Ukrainians. It's something that I can work on independently on my own, through classes and without classes, talking to the local civilian populace. It's an honor to be an Azov fighter. If you think you've got it, come and join us. Slava Ukraina.
So yeah, they have their videos, English channel. They have like lots of the subscribers, 313,000. Other fighters dig Russians up from under the underground. Yeah.
Я прошел медкомиссию.
Ah, this is Russian.
Получается, мне выявили категорию А годности. Категория А это годен к военной
Category. So he passed the medical commission in Russia. They say category A is fit for military service.
службе. У меня была категория Б, недоразвитость, то бишь
He got the category B before underdevelopment. So it seems like he got some of the syndrome. Then it show how D is written in cursive. I think it's similar to English D, to Latin letter D.
то есть умственно отсталый я был.
Yeah, mentally disabled, he said. But nevertheless, he was conscripted to the army. Rifleman.
Как по бумагам прохожу как снайпер огневой поддержки.
Sniper of the fire suppression.
Ну, я не могу стрелять с левой руки, так
But I cannot fire from my left hand.
как у меня нету 3 пальцев на руке.
It seems like the video is mirrored, you know. They show like this hand. It looks like right hand.
И я
Maybe he misspelled right and left.
не имею такой возможности. То есть ни разу не дали попробовав мне
Sniper.
как-то освоить оружие с левой руки.
They didn't. So he only has the opportunity to fire from the left hand, with the left hand. Sniper. Usually snipers are, honestly, usually they're not taken as the prisoners of war. It was like that all the time in any sort of the conflict, confrontation, Second World War as well. So snipers are usually, if they're taken, they're cancelled.
Только зашел в лесополосу, и такой же жесткий обстрел начался, я не знаю, это... Ну вот они, снаряды возле меня падали, Баба-Яга сбросила, я не знаю, 120-ку, что ли, или 80-ку.
This guy speaks too fast. So he said that they were ambushed by Baba Yaga drones, and there was some of the artillery fire.
Все рядом взрывалось. Я там других ребят видел, их там вообще на части это разрывало. Просто 7 человек. Вот они были передо мной живые, и они все 200. Идешь, там все устелено трупами. До самого конца, там, наверное, метров 400, одни трупы. Человек 100, может, больше.
Rifleman.
Мне пообещали то, что сказали, я буду в тылу открывать консервные.
I was promised that I would be, maybe I'm gonna put like this. I was promised that I would be in the rear opening cans.
Банки, так как у меня, ну, ранение такое тоже.
Because I had this wound before.
Я не могу стрелять. А в итоге
I cannot fire.
отправили на направление.
They sent them to Zoloty Kolodets, this Dobropilya direction, in not that far away from Pokrovsk.
Золотой колодец.
А алкоголь, наркотики были у вас?
Нет, алкоголя и наркотиков не было.
Ты на видео?
Да.
This guy, then he was in some of the Russian position.
Решничал, как это пойдет он.
Что у тебя в руке?
They asked him, did you use narcotics or something like that? He said, no narcotics. And they show him like it's bulbulator, so basically a plastic bottle that could be used for marijuana consumption, like bulbulator. It's bulbulator, yeah. So basically it's the thing for those drug addict guys.
Это
It's a bottle.
Что-то немножко у вас таки было, да?
So you had something, yeah?
Ну да.
Yeah. So just a weed. Come on. In Europe, there is always like, then I go on the streets, the weed smell is absolutely freaking everywhere. I don't know why. Like people, they smoke too much weed, you know? Especially younger generation. They drink less, but they smoke a freaking lot. A lot. On the mic was just upside down, so mirrored. No mirrored. Yeah.
Нашли куст какой-то, он там говорит вообще прям, ну, хороший.
Конопля То есть,
Каннабис.
сигареты, то, что не скидывали, и как бы, курить охота было там, то есть, вся деревня употребляла вот эту вот траву.
Что скажешь, Мак?
Война, пацаны. Мы просто нашли в доме алкоголь, 35 литров вина.
Да.
Вот и все.
Смерть укропом.
Смерть укропом.
Смерть.
So they went drunk, they smoked marijuana, and they filmed themselves. Yeah.
Укропом. Что это? Ты попал под влияние?
Да, я попал под его то, что влияние, то, что они вот курили вот эту вот траву. Я дышал этим дымом. То есть меня как бы вот из-за этого дыма меня тоже расслабляло.
А потом механик начал каждый день пить, каждый день просто спиваться начал.
Это Леша, командир группы. Пережидаем погоду.
Начал там на улицу кричать, там в подвале кричать.
Получается, он до того пил, то, что начал разбрасывать руки на моих вот товарищей.
Пережидаем погоду.
Он меня сначала бил, вот этот механик.
Oh.
Он пьяный напился и все, и начал на меня руки распускать.
А я остался в это время с Алексеем.
И потом он через часа, через 2, через 3 прибежал и рассказывает там историю, то, что вот я так и так, типа, его завалил.
Oh,
Он,
shit.
получается, сказал то, что типа он и я, мы оба конченые Вот из-за этих слов я ему, получается, кулака в лицо. С каких его товарища назвал?
Wind Wonderful 304, thank you so much for what is that? Us for the sub gift. Thank you so much. Payday. Thank you so much. Wind Wonderful 304. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, by the way, guys, we are streaming in parallel both on Twitch and on YouTube. Just if you wonder what messages do we have, for example, Wind Wonderful 304 just gave subscription. It's like membership gifts, subscription gifts. Thank you so much. Thank you. A former cop, I never had problems with stoners. Stoners?
Он давай на меня кидаться с кулаками. В итоге он отошел, а в это время возле стенки стоял мой автомат.
Как может. Да, нормально.
Russian army. So one guy like sweared on the other guy, and there was the conflict, and this guy who is he is under, the diagnosis is called underdevelopment. It is happening to embryons during the stage of development, so that's why it's called underdevelopment. And this is the guy exactly the same as saying like, I grab my automatic rifle.
Не вздумай стрелять.
Передернул затвор, все, выстрелил ему в голову сразу.
They told him to not shoot, and he charged the bullet and shot the guy to the head. Oh, okay.
И все, пришли, смотрю, там, да, правда, механик валяется с головой пробитой.
После этого мы начали как бы задумываться о том, чтобы где нужно прятаться, если Баба Яга нас будет разбирать или в случае штурма. Мы начали копать в подвале, начали еще один подвал, так сказать, себе начали выкапывать.
Там и яма была.
Those stories from Russian service members, they're crazy. Dennis, can you jump to a pool full of raw eggs? Steph, no. What the fantasy you have? Pool full of raw eggs. Oh my god. Yeah, everyone has his or her own fetishes. Fetish. Yeah, but it's not for me. Sorry, but thank you for the channel support, Steph. Thank you. Yeah, lit unit. Oh my God, special operation, special unit. Yeah.
Метра 5-4,5, и то есть...
So after they unalived their mechanic, they started to dig down one more dugout under the dugout. So it's like basement under basement because Baba Yaga was monitoring them.
Я самый последний сидел.
Now it went on to the second day of clearing, and this was about
the guy is American, serving for Azov.
fifth or sixth house that we'd cleared. We'd taken no contact, no signs of the enemy. I was on point, and I went around a corner and I saw what was an entrance to a bunker. So me and my teammate, one of the snipers.
Мы выкопали себе и все, и просто граната в тот день последний залетает.
Мы быстро заскочили в эту яму и сидели в этой яме тихо.
В спешке, все в спешке было, потому что уже слышали, что вот здесь вот уже стрельба, то есть, а мы с автоматами бы там проблематично было бы на самом деле там сидеть.
Но они заметили вот то, что наши автоматы лежат, бронежилеты лежат, то есть мы вообще не стали их просто в яму засовывать и с ними сидеть.
На какой-либо контакт у нас и мысли не было пойти, так как у нас ни гранат, ничего не было.
А почему вы отложили автомат?
Боялись, что нас застрелят.
Грешник нам сказал просто тупо сдаться в плен и все, просто, это бессмысленно.
Пипец был, думали, сейчас реально огонь откроется, пулеметы, там хана будет.
Куда на...
So they went to the pit which they dig themselves, and they didn't took any sort of the weapons, and Ukraine, Azov regiment, they started to storm Russian positions. They went inside and they saw rifles, armored vests, but no Russians. And the Russians, they were like deeper. They dig one more pit.
У нас просто тупо бронежилет, мы все без касок были, получается. Автоматы один рожок.
Only one
куда нам
rifle.
Против людей высшего уровня идти?
Few AKs, plate carrier, the gear, but we couldn't differentiate between if it was Russian or Ukrainian. Zero idea that there was Russians in that bunker. And mind you, we had 3 people in this blindage. We cleared it, like we were taking pictures of everything, walking around in there, like there's no sign of it. It was like a 8 feet by 8 feet bunker.
Они там начали на своем языке разговаривать. Мы не поняли вообще, кто это был.
Что за язык?
Язык американский язык.
Yeah, what he said, it was American language they spoke, you see. There was an American language they spoke, maybe Native American, I don't know. They were all around, we didn't see them, and they were speaking American language.
I was actually moving an AK off the ground, and I put my foot into the corner, and I immediately fell through the floor. And upon discovery, there was a hole in the corner, like a hole like this big probably, and it had a board over it and some cardboard, and the carpet was draped over it. And with the carpet draped over, you had no idea that there was anyone down there.
Один из них, получается, наступил на эту яму.
Он провалился, получается, вот доска была, она была ненадежная. Он раз увидели его ногу, все, он как-то так умудрился выскочить резко. И побежали они все наверх.
I didn't think anything of it when I fell through the floor until the ground started literally moving, and I could hear voices, and those voices weren't speaking English or Ukrainian. So we knew that there was Russians in there, and I immediately jumped up. I started screaming, Russian, Russian, Russian.
Oh shit.
А ты знаешь английский?
Нет, я не знаю, но мне говорили, что это... Смотрите, oh shit, смотрите, что это такое. Как нам объяснили потом, что они с группировки Азов.
Я когда узнал, что я в плен именно к Азову сдался, у меня страха такого сильного не было, потому что я, то, что по новостям, по нашим говорят, я, не верю.
My first instinct was, I raised my rifle, and my team leader was also ready to raise his rifle, And immediately he said, get out of the blindage, get out of the bunker. So we ran up, all of us, we spaced out and immediately started screaming at them, like, иди сюда, иди сюда.
Выскакиваем, все сдаемся без оружия, не стреляйте.
Then we also noticed one of them with his handcuffs had fingers. So we asked him, you know, like, why the fuck are you missing fingers? We didn't understand if either his commander chopped his fingers off or he had a grenade accident. It was up in the air between.
Выглядели они все такие большие, здоровые.
Мы как заметили, они были полностью, спецами. То есть на них полностью обмундирование, на них все было.
Фонарики и на касках, и на автоматах были. Пулемет присутствовал при них. Ребята, были очень хорошо подготовленные.
I'm just happy that we got them out of there and that they, were alive, that we didn't have to kill anyone, that thankfully they didn't kill us. So, and they had their weapons down there. They could have easily grabbed their weapons and returned fire, threw up grenades. Like, it could have been a disaster, but thankfully they surrendered. They were very cooperative.
Бро, там, то есть, хорошие, мне понравились ребята, то есть.
Yeah, they kept on trying to speak Russian to us, and it took them a couple of minutes to grasp the fact that some of us were Americans. We all spoke English.
Благодарен то, что сохранили мне жизнь и то, что я сейчас жив.
Ребята, очень не ожидал, честное слово. Слышал за Азов очень много, но не ожидал, что так будет. Прям все замечательно.
Immediately, none of us had water, so we couldn't give them water, but we walked them back to our friendly position where actually all of our guys were staged, and mind you, half the team didn't even know that we just took these 3 POWs, so.
Я их благодарю за это, то, что они нас просто, не расстреляли.
А не стыдно было вообще сдаваться, русскому человеку сдаваться в плен к американцам?
Мне не было стыдно, так как, я считаю, я сделал правильный поступок, и сейчас я благодаря им сижу вот тут вот и жив и здоров.
They definitely weren't professional soldiers whatsoever. One of them couldn't. We showed him the translator app, asking him if what he was doing down there, this was the team leader kind of guy.
Там, получается, у них были люди, кто знал наш язык.
He agreed to some things. The next guy agreed to some things, and we showed the translator to the third guy, and he was like, no, and we're like, what do you mean no? Your teammates just said yes. And then, the team leader guy was like, oh, he doesn't understand. He can't read. And we're like, oh, okay, he can't read.
Я вижу, как вот здесь все, как здесь относятся, это вообще замечательно. Тебя кормят горячей едой, тебе дают чай, тебе дают курить, одежду дали, помыли. Кому скажи, не поверят, я бы сам, честное слово, не поверил бы в это.
I'm sure they were pretty shocked at how well we treated them too.
То есть медицинскую помощь 2 раза в день оказывают, прямо все перебинтовывают, полностью раны прочищают. То есть пацаны все довольны. То есть у кого-то там, если живот заболит, там что-то еще, обезбол дают. То есть все вообще помогает. Шампунь даже, ты руки моешь шампунем.
We were talking to them, actually not really hanging out with them, but, monitoring them, getting their story, what they were doing here, their ages. We treated them very good. They were warm. They ended up sleeping through the night, and then they ended up getting picked up the next day. And all of us treated them like they were humans. They're unarmed, we get it that they're the enemy, but we treated them pretty good. I'd like to be treated that way if I was a prisoner.
По-настоящему я сейчас, что в плену сижу, что сейчас не нахожусь под руководством своего командования.
Я уже понял то, что, командование мое говно, просто отродье могу, просто одно слово отродье конченое.
Even this underdeveloped guy with the diagnosis, he understood what is happening.
Просто одно слово отродье конченое.
Может, слышали, вам кто-нибудь говорил, куда ступит русская нога, там война. То есть вступили на территорию Украины, там война. Война, мирные жители погибают. Украина реально защищает свои территории, отбивается от русских. Я смотрел по домам, когда ходил, фотографии там детей, то есть много увидел всего, и как-то реально грустно становится, что вот здесь там винограды, яблоки растут, все было замечательно. Но пока же не пришли мы, не было ничего, войны ничего же не было. на территории Украины.
Из-за вот этого вот у Владимира Владимировича Путина, то, что его просят жены всех погибших мужей, просят, чтобы он остановил вот это вот. А он не хочет на этого, на уступки идти. Вся земля хочет закончить вот эту всю войну.
Не идите, с командирами на такие задания, где тебя могут бросить и про тебя забыть. Ты там никому не нужен будешь.
Я обращаюсь к Владимиру Владимировичу Путину.
Okay. So, yeah, it's understandable. Really interesting story. Really interesting one. Americans in Azov Battalion, Azov Corps, I'm sorry, first Azov Corps. Pokemon guy, yeah, I'm just not into kind of stuff, more into the video games and anime. Katoshki, yeah. Thankfully, they did not throw grenades. They did not have any. This is the very sad that Putin is sending all kind of disabled people on the front lines and they cannot read, they don't have fingers, that cannot speak, and yeah, this is crazy hell. I agree, Josh. Sober is awesome. Yeah, they were having party. They were having party among themselves. Later on, their mechanic, they say some of the mechanic, probably their commander, he started to call them names, because he got really drunk and they thought that it's too much, and this guy, Pokemon guy, you call him like this guy, he just kaput mechanic into the head straight away, and later on they dig down one more pit to be saved because there are lots of the bombs by Baba Yaga. And yeah, they were stormed by Azov American soldiers. Were so fucked up, the pain, suffering, lots of ego and amendment. Yeah. And they were captured, they are treated well from what I see. Interesting. Fat Vegan, thank you for your support and buying me a coffee. I just got it. Thank you so much. Keep up the good work. Greetings from Germany. May there be in all parts of Ukraine soon. Thank you. Just read your comments. Comment. Got notice. Thank you. Do you think that then the time comes Azov will get their revenge and honor to liberate Mariupol? Maybe. It's not going to be just Azov. Azov alone is not enough to liberate Mariupol. But Mariupol could be liberated at the same time kind of easily. Maybe without any sort of the actual fight if Russian regime collapses itself. So Russia would just retreat from Ukraine. That's it. Like it was in 2022. So the war is going to over, they retreat from all of the original Ukrainian territories, and it's going to be the end, hopefully. What people don't realize is the pain of this war will continue on well after it's finished. I agree. The pain of the war will continue, and also after war things, like PTSD of our soldiers, like lots of the weaponry that is out there uncontrolled. So for Ukraine, it would need 10 more years at least to recover after, maybe even more. 5 a.m. here, good night. Oh, Kuranek, 5 a.m. It's crazy. Are you from Australia? And F. Card dropped a video. Pokemon guy, I don't like that content creator. I disrespect him. Dr. Disrespect. So yeah, Azov, they have fantastic videos. They have also combat videos. And lots of the stuff. Azov, they're good. We have the news about Transnistria. Putin signed a decree that simplifies the admission to the Russian citizenship for the residents of unrecognized Transnistria. It is the landlocked territory between Moldova and Ukraine, which is Moldova. The document establishes the possibility of obtaining Russian citizenship through the simplified procedure for adult foreign citizens and stateless persons living in unrecognized Transnistria. The decree also states that orphans and children left without parental care, as well as incapacitated persons permanently residing in Transnistria, also have the right to acquire Russian citizenship. Yeah, child theft, yeah, as usual. For its necessity for the legal representative, the head of the organization in which the child incapacitated person is placed under supervision. So, okay, so decree of the president that Transnistrians, people who live there, even without citizenship, can become Russians through the very easy steps. Then I think Russia is, if Russia had attacked Moldova, that they would have taken it. I don't wish for no. Russia had attacked Moldova. How do you see it? Like how Russia could attack Moldova? Potentially. How? Like look at the map. This is Moldova. Where is Russia? Where the hell is Russia? Like, it's physically not possible. And about Transnistria as well. Like, there is no variant for them to attack Moldova. Yeah, but they're already in Moldova. It's not even a group of people. If they try to do something crazy, Ukraine would go there together with Moldova. Interesting. The war in Iran influences BRICS. BRICS talks end without joint statement exposing divisions over war in Iran. Yeah, BRICS is just a joke. Too much of the confrontation. Russia's attempt to promote BRICS as an alternative decision-making forum to the Western-controlled institutions has so far been unsuccessful. Too many differences with Brazil, India, China, etc., including on Iran. So, yeah, they're too divided between each other, those countries. Like, even if you take China and India, they have territorial disputes between each other. So, how can they potentially be... This block is nonsense. The blog is about nothing burger, really. BRICS, yeah, it still exists. They have forums and it doesn't work. There's an article. No, a new scandal in India with Lavrov. What the hell is happening there?
Мы подтвердили в ходе встречи у главы правительства и на переговорах с министром иностранных дел все те договоренности, которые были достигнуты. Can you just leave us, huh? It's either you yourself or your phone. who always speak. На встречу премьер-министра и с...
What was there? I need more context about it. Lavrov caused a scandal in India during press conference in New Delhi following meeting of BRICS foreign ministers. Lavrov attacked one of the journalists twice, who had the simultaneous translation of Lavrov's speech turned on loudly, and then threatened him with a weapon. With a weapon?
В переговорах с министром иностранных дел подтвердили. Look, can you leave us? I am not joking. Can you leave us, please?
Вы не могли бы, пожалуйста, выйти? Я не шучу.
Ребят, выведите его отсюда. Sir.
Sir.
Excuse me. If you don't surrender your phone, they will take out a gun, you know?
Like this mafia boss. If you don't surrender, take out the gun. The Lavrov's speech translated into English started playing on the speakers. The head of the Russian foreign ministry made the first rude remark. Can you just leave? Okay. If you don't surrender your phone, they will take you out, you know? You don't know what happened next, but they say the journalists apparently stayed in the hall. Maybe they turned the sound down. Diplomacy from the back allies. Yeah, this is the very rude behavior.
Еще раз попробуем.
One more time.
В ходе переговоров...
He turned red even. His face turned red. Lavrov mutated gorilla. He's like this horse. People say that he's a horse. Lavrov Escobar, yeah. Jeez. He looks like a Star Wars evil alien. Yeah, he's definitely looking like something else. Mikhail, thanks for the coffee. Also, Douglas, thank you for what you do. The majority of American people are with Ukraine. Yes, we know it. So Ukrainian, Geroim Slava. Thank you, Douglas. Lavrov is actually rather good foreign minister for Russia, even better than Molotov. He is there from just in time. Yeah. Molotov, the same, yeah, style. Ukraine has launched the drone boat strike. Ukrainian forces launched naval drone strike on Russian positions in Kingburg Peninsula. Footage shown two naval drones used fitted with the Shemel launcher mounts and compartment designed to release 6 up to 8 FPV drones during an attack. Like we don't have more details, where is it? Shemel missiles, I think those are anti-tank or anti-infantry. I don't remember. I think depends on what kind of Shemel is used. So there are some of the missiles there, and here there is the compartment for FPV within. I wonder who filmed this video. Maybe maybe not Russians, or maybe Russians. I'm not sure. Well, 2 boats at least. Kimbersky Speed. This is, well, I'll try to show you. This is this place. So this is Kimbersky Speed. Or this. I think it's here. Somewhere. Yeah. This is Kimbersky Speed, so Ukraine wants to cut it in general to get the full access to Mykolaiv port, because now the entrance, you see this choke point here, the distance is not that long here. With a ruler we can just 4 kilometers. Yeah, it's so Russia can possess the threat for Ukrainian ships, Ukrainian everything. And Mykolaiv could be used also as the port for grains, and this is the way out basically from Mykolaiv. And Russia continued to control this area. That's why Ukraine is doing some sort of the operations. That's about okay. Today, United States of America will celebrate the National Shabbat. For the first time in the history, Trump has signed document. Initiative goes for 205th anniversary of the independence of the United States of America. And it emphasizes the influence of American Jews about the country about the country history or something like that. So will they eat kosher burgers today or what? National Shabbat Day in the United States, and it's dedicated to independence. It's interesting. I thought independence is not that the Shabbat. Well, Shabbat for independence. Okay. It just sounds weird. It's not something against Jews here. No, absolutely. It just sounds weird. As for me. I think most of Americans are great people, but there's just way too many Democrats that don't vote. Republicans mostly get out to vote. Yeah, in the last elections it was like that, it seems like. Yeah, it's like Jewish American heritage months. Months. It's not just dates. Okay, the first time a National Shabbat Day, American Jewish history. Okay, so yeah. From what I understood, like Democrats, they're now not supporting Israeli agenda, as well as this part of the previous MAGA. They're now being called America First. Basically, there is the civil war in MAGA, and America First. They hate all of the people that MAGA hates, plus Jews. That's the difference. And also they don't like Donald Trump. He said that he betrayed everyone. Yeah. He betrayed MAGA, so MAGA doesn't exist any longer. America First now. They call themselves Christians and vote for someone who made himself a statue of gold, literally. Yeah, that's crazy. I filmed the video about it on my trash channel. This is too much. Dennis Navi, Ukrainian CSGO esport team, is playing right now. Gonna watch Let's Support Ukraine, Nico93. Do they go live on Twitch? Well, if I was streaming on my other channel, I would of course watch, but let's just for a moment check them out. I don't see on their channel, they're not streaming videos. They don't have live. They just have regular videos. I don't know. They just have random videos.
Apartments. And we don't speak about thousands or hundreds.
Oh, they're reviewing. Ukraine Matters. What's the name of this guy? I forgot. They're live now. Starsky and fuck, I forgot the name. Georgi from Ukraine Matters.
Like 10 apartments or something like that.
They're busting the interview of this ex-secretary of Zelensky, Mendel, to Tucker Carlson.
This. And nobody took care about.
What is this about, Starsky? Like, what is this 10 apartments that people from Donbass are living in?
Okay, so they're busting here. Actually, she said like 50-50. 50% something relative to truth and 50% complete bullshit propaganda. Like, and that comes to really good propaganda. Then you put some recipe of truth, some recipe similar to truth, and some explicit lies into one mix, and then you go. Do you watch KS2? No, Maury, I don't watch KS2. I may play, but it's kind of rare, but I don't watch. Yesterday I played on my Trash channel and on Twitch also Subnautica 2. Forza Horizon I'm gonna play, but KS... I'm not that good in KS, you know. So to be like... more or less, to have views on Twitch, you need to be really good in the game, or you need to be entertaining. I'm not entertaining, I'm not good in game, so it's not for me. The typical Google questions. It was, well, I was what, but Tennessee usually doesn't matter. My district loaded with MAGA, although a lot of them have changed their Trump flag to Confederate one. Okay. Unfortunately, Americans still have... For me, Americans who show Confederate flag is similar to Russians who show Soviet flag, you know. Some of the dead country that never... like, that was kind of awful. CSGO is the part of Ukrainian DNA. It's true. Yeah, maybe, Nika. Russians also play good in Counter-Strike. Actually, there are always fights between Ukrainian and Russian teams. But now Russians were disqualified from many of the tournaments. KS Gunnar, thanks for all you do, Dennis. So, sorry, not KS Gunnar, but SC Gunnar. Thank you so much for your kind support, for the channel support. Yeah. Thank you so much. I have seen a video that says Trump has sickness that he stinks like fish. Probably not the fresh fish, yeah? Yeah, thanks for following 2020. Our Germans who show German flag excluding football events. Which German flag? The old German flag. Dennis, how time flies. I can't believe it's been 4 years already with this war. Yeah, I wouldn't. You don't say. Where is Ben? I'm not sure where he is. Rotten fish, yeah. There was the video showing allegedly he farted once or something into his diaper, but it's just a conspiracy for now, so it's not been proven. Yeah. The current one, only IFD types displayed. Really? I think IFD, after all, it doesn't have in the future They will not win supermajority in any sort of the case. So only coalition may rule, and even if they have all of the votes possible from their side, they will not have their chancellor. Yeah. And the rest of the parties, they simply will not form coalitions with them. So, coalition. The thing it would be able to enter. I would be able to enter United States as a tourist if I criticize administration on social media, asking for. Nika, I would like personally to check out the United States. I has never been there, have never been there, but I afraid even to go to the embassy to apply for the tourist visa, because they'll check out my social media and they'll put me to the blacklist me basically. And even after Trump changes to the next sane president, more or less, I hope, still my visa will be canceled for the future trips, because I'll be still blacklisted as the hater of the American president. So I'm waiting, I'm not even applying, and as for me, I want, once in a life at least, I want to go to the United States to see the country. It's a fantastic country, but not in the next 2.5 years, of course. And I'm quite busy reviewing the war in Ukraine, like 2 videos per day sometimes, yeah, especially recently. Today is the exception. I hope that it was, it is Friday, and I thought, maybe people are, and then they come from their work, they'll have nothing to do, they'll join the stream, but it seems like the stream is not that popular as I wanted to. What do you think about hantavirus? I think it's not going to be Medvededi. I hope it's not going to be, and I'm sure it's not going to be the COVID kind of virus, because simply it's kind of hard to catch it. It's not easy. You have to spend the time with the person, long time. You have to have tactile connections, so kissing, touching, hugging, something like that. So it's not spread it as good as COVID. Do you know that the best case player is the Russian, but simply is still the GOAT? I fully understand. I live in the United States, and I'll still say more than I don't. Yeah. I would love to see United States, such a beautiful and diverse nature. Nature is fantastic there. And people are also nice in general. Hantavirus is primarily transmitted to humans by inhaling aerosol virus particles from infected rodent feces, urine or saliva, not typically from person to person. While most of the strains do not spread between people, the South American Andes virus can rarely spread via close contact. Okay, so like the spreading is... It's more like hype, I think, from the media about this Hunter Biden virus. Yeah. I want to see United States and peace and Trump's. Come on. Border guards are 99% MAGA, sadly. Oh, I see. Yeah, so I will go there, they'll check my phone, they'll check my social media, and they'll deport me back. And I will have 50 years bound to join, to come to the United States, so why should I even try? Even as a tourist. Cruise ship is cramped and has lots of the recirculated air. Even through recirculated air, it's not being transmitted. Yeah, it's COVID thing, not hantavirus. Oh, my last video is doing pretty much well that I posted this morning. So usually I post video from outside in the evening, then morning time I record the video like regular update, but today is Friday, I decided to make a stream. It seems like it doesn't work well, because the last time on my streams we had more viewers. Way more, like 700 or something. on Sunday. So probably I'm gonna go live on Sunday. So tomorrow I'll have not the day off, but the usual day, and on Sunday I will go live again. Instead of recording one more video, there will be the live stream. And yeah, the general update as usual. Again, air rains in Ukraine. Sadly. It's the weekend, people are out drinking. Yes. So maybe after all Sunday is better. No plans usually for Sunday evening, yeah? Instead of going sleep. Okay, new video published of beat. Oh shit. We have this loud music. So it was published by Magyar Birds, I think. This is Yeysk, I think, airfield. So B-200, that's the fire plane that Russia uses. Fire plane, but also it's the cargo airplane. Also, it might deliver some of the goods, including the Russian army. The Russian military has them, and also Russian emergency services. They have few of them. They even deploy those. Okay, so this one is no go. At least one is gone in Yeysk. It seems like it was refueled, yeah? The fuel is burning. So we have confirmation. We'll translate it. And this is the satellite image. Awesome. Buba Smith, thank you. Have a great weekend, Ukraine. Geroim Slava, thank you, Buba Smith, for your kind and awesome support. Thank you, thank you. You're supporting me a lot, you know, in those live streams. Thank you so much. Oh, Russia has even Sukhoi 33 nearby. You see this airplane here? Very interesting. Park not that far away, but I think it wasn't really damaged. Sukhoi 33. But was it on here depicted? I think it wasn't there. You see, on the Google image it was, or satellite image. Ah, maybe it was flying, because this is the fresh image. You see the remains. And on the same picture, there is the airplane. So it wasn't there by the time of the strike. It looks like right near this hangar. It should be. No, it's empty. It's empty. I think here it will be visible if there is something. Yeah, it's the apron is empty here. No plane, but later it appears. So probably it was flying on a mission to launch some missiles on Ukraine or aviation gliding bombs. What else? What is this? This is some sort of the museum or something. Yeah, same part of the apron. So B-200 is completely destroyed, just wet spot left. It's Yeysk, yeah, 130 kilometers from the territory controlled by Ukraine. Just a moment. Robert Magyar Brody published it, yeah. So some Zetniks say that it was an already fully faulty aircraft, only good for the spare parts, yeah, as they usually say, but why had it fuel then? Firstly, then usually kept faulty aircraft away from the runway, as in the picture 3, yeah, some of the scrapyard. And it was working aircraft. It was working because there is the tow bar. You see? Here it's the tow bar in the front, so fuel inside, it's on a parking stand, and there is the tow bar. Tow bar, it means it's been towed to the parking, towed out, so it was working, ready to go airplane. There is a US airfield. It's a bit east on the B was hit. Secondary undestroyed B-12. There seems to be a trail from the fuel spill. Yeah, it was refueled. Okay, and those fuel in the tank. The most likely the aircraft was ready for combat missions. No, there is all grounds to believe that serviceable aircraft was destroyed. Yeah, of course it's serviceable. No one keeps a tow bar connected to unserviceable aircraft. No one keeps it on an apron like that. And fuel like totally refueled, burning. Yeah, this was serviceable B200, and it is too modern to be written off. This is the modern. It is amphibious, by the way, capable to land in water. Oh, we have some conversation on Twitch. Trump just won the Iran war for the 10th time. Really? Nothing wrong, some good. Yeah, so really nice strike by Ukrainian Yeisk today. Don't worry about it, then it's just internet things. Okay. Yeah, this photo is just amazes me. Amazes. This is crazy. Maybe I should change the thumbnail for this one on my last video. This is, wow. Well, this building wasn't the target for Ukrainian drones. But, yeah, shit happens in Russia, shit happens. And so what's the today's update? Today's update is basically will be published later on, close to the morning. I don't sleep at night. I record videos and I don't sleep. I usually quite busy at nights. At the daytime, some neighbors, they're doing the stuff, so at night I feel less distracted. Good aim right on the flag. Yeah. I should save this one. Like a postcard from Resign postcard. Canada and America used to be so close, then Trump ruined everything, and it's gonna take decades to repair the relationship. We'll see. Everything has been ruined there. It's not so good. But still, there is cooperation ongoing, military sphere and everything. Yeah, I hope in 2.5 years we'll forget it as a bad dream, Did someone not put our cigarette? It could be either Russian defense, air defense, or Ukrainian drone that deviated somehow from the trajectory. Either by Russian air defense that shut it down to the building, or electronic warfare that moved it to the building. Or it could be malfunction of Ukrainian drone, but no one really cares. But I'm sure that the Ukrainians, they do not put those civilian buildings as the main target for the drone strikes. Thank you, Michael. Any news? Yeah, by the way, this Yermak, who used to be the head of the president's office of Ukraine, he was arrested. He was, but he was bailed out. It seems like they found the money, but the problem goes for Ukrainian banks. They cannot process that big sum of 140 million hryvnias, which is quite a lot. It's like roughly $3 million, a little bit less, for his bailout. So banks cannot process it right away because the funds are coming from different senders, not just a single person is there putting the money for Yermak to be released from prison. So probably this weekend he will spend in jail, but later will be released for this bailout. It's crazy how much money they have. Corruption schemes, guys. It's kind of bad. This is dystopian. Stop hiring humans. Ads are popping up in San Francisco and New York. First it was offshoring jobs and decimated United States industry. Now it's just straight up replacing humans with bots. There isn't era of the abundance we were promised. Yeah. Stop hiring humans. Jeez. This is crazy. Since I have missed anything from Super Regional. Have you checked House Pizza report? Not yet. Not yet, Maury. Between Boeing 737-800 and 900, which one was better? 800, of course. The smaller the plane for piloting, the better it is. 900 is too long, like it has more risks of the tail strike. It just controls in differently. Yeah, it requires more, I would say more skills on landing, on takeoff. Yeah, it has more inertia. So for piloting, 737-800 of course is better. It's more balanced compared to 900. It doesn't mean that with 900 you'll have some of the huge issues, but for piloting, 800 is better. Once Ukraine joins the European Union, corruption will go down sharply. Corruption remains as you... Well, you see, corruption was in Hungary, for example. It was really high there. And Hungary is the part of EU. Bulgaria is the part of EU, but there is corruption. So maybe yes, maybe no, maybe. But the problem in Ukraine that, it's the war time, and President's circle is involved. All of his friends, there is 0 guys who are not involved in corruption from the top officials and friends. That is remarkable. But about Zelensky, if you really I understand that some people are blindly supporting Zelensky, okay. No worries. In this case, according to Ukrainian legislation, Zelensky cannot be even investigated while he's a president of Ukraine. That is Ukrainian legislation. But later on, he could be. Yeah. By the way, United States, they have similar legislation for presidents. Moreover, in the United States, it's kind of harsh. It was unprecedented that Supreme Court decided that if president violated the law while being a president, there is no prosecution against him, at all. This is very, very stupid. But so this is immunity of president. Yeah, in Ukraine, it's not even investigation could be launched against him. It's going to make new update, yeah, later. It's currently end of the day. Rush for the sea and usage is normal. I watched some economist podcast talk about boomer retirement was a natural formula for labor wage demand. Companies are finding everywhere they can to tamp down AI layoffs a big part. Most countries have the protection for top politicians, yeah. So there is nothing to worry for Zelensky personally, but all of his circle, it was proved that, not really proved, but they're under investigation. Everything has been released to the press, and there is open. You don't need to have or wait for judgment to judge it yourself that they're corrupt as fuck. Wild how Chinese state media uses camera angles to make Xi, who is 178 centimeters, appear taller than Trump, who is 190 centimeters. Beijing really planned the meeting down to every detail. Yeah, just perspective. Yeah, the perspective is the thing. And also, I think they put then they sat on the chairs. I saw the picture. I wonder if I'll have it here. The chair of Xi Jinping was just a little bit bigger compared to Donald Trump's chair, just a little bit bigger, showing him in like favorable perspective for one. They think there will be a new front coming from Belarus. I don't honestly think so. They think Putin will push Lukashenko to invade Ukraine from the north. I don't think so. Logically, it is very dumb, at least. There was the information from Zelensky that Russia and Zelensky and I think Ukrainian SBU, it's like analog of FBI, that Russians are planning some sort of the attack on Ukrainian decision-making infrastructure, like President's office, Verkhovna Rada, so the parliament building. There was published the list of this information, but the thing that every of those constructions, they have underground rooms, and some of them are very deep because all of those buildings are being built by Soviet Union, and there was the threat of the global war. So those are at least, well, sometimes up to 100 meters deep, and Russia doesn't have any sort of the weapons to penetrate that. So the Russians will never be able to break through the bunkers of Ukrainian leadership. They are 95 meters underground, which were built back in the USSR in case of nuclear attack. Former SBU employee Ivan Stupak said to media. So what's the thing to attack those bunkers? I don't know. And here we have the picture published 6 minutes ago. One more drone strike of Ukraine. Prediction vectors of attacks. Do you think Putin will annex Belarus and make fortune? Putin doesn't need to annex Belarus. Belarus, like, it's useless. Belarus has the puppet government. It's better to have one more country that is pro-Russian than fully Russia expanding. I think it's more. Chris, I saw your name pop up on Valhalla FAT channel a few days ago. Yeah, you asked his opinion on Russia-Ukraine war. Just curious what you thought of his answer. Just recently started following him. I'm not sure about his take on Ukraine defense and everything. I hope he is not like fully Tucker Carlson thing. He's just America first guy. But I really like his personality. that's why, yeah, it's hard to say. I don't have like real video of him saying about the thing about Ukraine, yeah. So he hasn't recorded those. So for me, it's hard to tell. About my comment, he didn't say yes, he didn't say no. So he just wished this war to come to its end. That's it. Yeah, that's all. I also wish like that. His take about the land doesn't matter. I don't get it, because it's not just about the land, it's about people who land on that, who live on those lands, you know. Ukraine has been pushed by both Donald Trump and Putin to give up Donbass without any fight. If it was just about territory, I think it's not a big issue, but 100,000 people live there, you know, and you tell them to be Russians or what, they will not leave their homes just like that. So I use all the hype posts for Dennis and Dylan Burns. Oh, thank you. Well, Hal FFT is worse than Tucker Carlson. He thinks Ukraine can't win and shouldn't be supported. He really thinks like that? Well, if he thinks like that, I will unsubscribe and I will not watch him. I just couldn't find the information that where he would say that Ukraine shouldn't be supported. Yes, is my take on him as well. I agree with him on a lot of things, but not the Ukrainian issue. Yeah. I just couldn't find the information where he would say openly like Ukraine is going to be defeated, and yeah. Yes, he had spoken about it several times. Oh, fuck him then. SC Gunnar, thank you again for the membership gift. Thank you so much. Thank you. So Dennis doesn't give membership. Thank you, SC Gunnar. You're supporting too much, you know, too much. There's too much. Ban the bot. Who is the bot? Who? I just worry about Zelensky steps down and that Russians might use the opportunity to create some sort of the chaos in Ukraine for their own goal. Yeah, it's also kind of worrying. Some people worry that if Zelensky steps down, there could be pro-Russian government elected. It's not going to happen, but internal chaos could be temporary at least. He called the Ukraine war as a Slavic civil war. I see. So the same Russian narratives, I see. So thank you for telling me. I will not watch him anymore. So he's like the Tucker Carlson guy. I started to watch him because of his takes on Trump, you know. He's really making fun. And his personality, his character, it's actually kind of, you know, flat. Like the way how he speaks, making jokes, it's very entertaining. But if he says like Tucker Carlson propaganda, so he just maybe doesn't understand the question. You know, he doesn't understand what he's speaking about. Then he says about Ukraine. If Zelensky is guilty, he goes. Plenty of great Ukrainians to fill the post. He cannot be like proved guilty because he has immunity. Finland airspace was closed today due to suspicion of Ukrainian drones. Oh. Yeah, I think in Latvia there were also Ukrainian drones spotted. Yeah, sometimes happens, shit happens. In Latvia, even defense minister, I think, of the country resigned. I was Jimmy Kimmel and Tonight Show, etc. It's more sane than watching most of the United States many. Yeah, it's funny. Hall is good in presenting, but he is leading too much into Camden's own type of conspiracies. Yeah. I also didn't like his take on this Hunter virus, like, you should be prepared. Oh, panic, this hype stuff. Like, I don't like it. Yeah. Maybe he's a good guy, but he doesn't understand the things he is saying about, then he speaks about Ukraine. Slavic war, like civil Slavic war. Yeah. Even Guterres, who is United, your Russian friend struck the United Nations vehicle, alarmed that a clearly marked United Nations vehicle was struck twice in Kherson city, Ukraine this week. Civilians objected might be transferred. He didn't mention the Russia. Your Russian friend struck. I'm alarmed. Ooh. Greetings to Austria. Wien is good. Wien is great. Can you react to German music, please? German marches. Oh, I reacted to German Eurovision. Let's go to German. Some of the guys say that they don't like Eurovision. No. We have Eurovision, guys. We have Eurovision. Just for fun, just making music pose. There's the channel. It's called Doctor for Toxic, and they're making fun of like politician figures and deceased persons too. And yeah, Eurovision 2026 Germany performance. Oh shit! Should I even launch it? But I'm really surprised how AI is being used. This video is a work of parody satire purely for comedian entertainment. This is not created for the purpose of spreading hate or glorifying any political ideology. Something like that. I will not play the entire clip, just want to show you like the way how it is done.
Now, Germany's act this year is proving to be a bit of a controversial one. Definitely the bad boys of the competition this year, but it has to be said that they are taking Germany by storm. They burst onto the scene with their hit single, Hate to Say I Told You So, before adopting a heavier sound in the Bunker Session tapes release that followed. Their Austrian-born lead singer has said that they finally settled on a new sound that we'll be hearing tonight, which he called their final sound. Should be interesting, let's hear it. It's the Heils for Germany with Stalingrad.
Mein Gott, just like Napoleon, I met the Russian winter. Oh yeah, and now my empire is starting to splinter like his once did. Does his story have...
So yeah, they have it. Gehring, is it Gehring? Gehring as the DJ. Shit. Somehow I got it in recommendations and it looks so real.
Can we bring back the Molotov-Ribbentrop
Pact? Yeah, for Toxic. He also has nice clips of Trump. Where is it? I think I like Iran is far away. That's one of my favorites.
Feel like I'm getting deja vu. This is like Iraq War #2. Iraq War #2. I like the look of those oil supplies. I'd be ashamed if someone invaded you.
The interesting thing that this song was posted before the war in Iran, just 1 month before it, I think. And some people like Daniel could be behind the camera. Well, so it was posted, I think, 1 month, 1 month before the actual war in Iran. Yeah, some of the parodies and just the fun content. In Germany, Eurovision is the highlight does. One of the videos was actually deleted with a Hitler parody. The comments for the Hiles is full pseudo-Nazis bed falling. Yes. But the song itself, it's not praising Nazis. The song itself is kind of fun. React to Glee, she hear wine now. What is that? Gleiche wine is from Uda. Jugens is the form of Austria song context winner. So Eurovision is someone won or what? German song. We'll have the copyright. Yeah. Okay, let me Google. It's 19. Also, there could be copyright. This one, 1975. Standard one from those kind of the series from 70s. Why it's most replayed? Yeah, just pretty much standard song, but lovely. Oh my god, what just tuned into? Yes, it's a music palace. Live inside Dennis' mind. Yeah. This is crap. The story is about homesick workers abroad. Yeah, so America First is the ex-MAGA. Most of them are like that. And now they start the civil war. They're against Donny. They're a lot against Donny. Could it be a new cult like MAGA? Will they find some of their own leader? America First on the heads and something like the second arrival of this populist politician somewhere in the future. Could it be like that? It's about Greece guest worker from industrial rebuild time in Germany. MAGA is the Trump thing, yeah. Maybe here I think it's a little bit different. You see, MAGA was invented by Trump, yeah, basically. He invented this movement. But America First is the movement on its own. It's not been invented by anyone. It was started as the promise from Donny, America First. And basically, yeah, they don't have this vivid leader. In this movement, there are voices like Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, also this Valhalla guy. Who else? Mandy Kelly, maybe. Alex Jones, Nick Fuentes. They're all like those America First guys, yeah? So, and who is the most leader of the leaders of them? I don't know. But I don't think that they also have some sort of the perspective to be popular. Elected, let's say. Elected in one or other way. Or maybe they should search for sponsor. But who would finance them? with their policy, they're not that popular. They have the Tea Party before that, the QAnon. They are willfully arrogant and never learn. Yeah. With the leader of them, like choosing the best one of the mental hospital. Yeah. You could argue World War III started and the Russia invaded Afghanistan, as that gave the birth to the global terrorism enabled 9/11. I'm not sure, but it's too. I think it's separate. Can't trust any of them. Dennis Tucker is the worst. Yeah, I think Tucker Carlson is the worst from them. It seems like he has been directly paid or manipulated, at least by Russians. About payment, I'm not sure, but he is like copy-pasting Russian propaganda, like really out there with Russian propaganda. China's embassy in Washington confirmed Xi Jinping will make a state visit to the United States this autumn at Trump's invitation. Okay, autumn is very soon. His last formal state visit to America was back in 2015 under Obama. Was Xi president by the time or vice president? Let's all Dems need ATM MAGA and America First to stay divided for the next couple of elections. Yeah. I think MAGA will die with Trump. But not America First. I think America First, they're mostly like those podcasters, influencers, but they have very close pool of viewers and people they speak to. Trump is not sure whether to resume strikes on Iran, but he is saying that maybe yes, maybe no, we'll see. So far, not sure. He has said about it on board of the airplane. Air Force One. There has never been America First in his entire life. Yeah. He has created this sort of the charm around him that America First... But no. Trump wants immortality. He will die, come on. Immortality is unreachable, I think, for the next hundreds of years. Yes, America First are more reasonable people, in my opinion. MAGA, you cannot even debate with. But depends, like, whom you count as America. Like, I don't think Tucker Carlson, for example, is reasonable. Yeah. And they all have bad takes on Ukraine. So if you speak about the Ukrainian topic, I would say even MAGA is more sane than America First. MAGA are insane. Yeah, MAGA are insane, but at least there are some people, members of MAGA, members or associate themselves with MAGA, who still support Ukraine. I don't know how it lives in their head, but there are some of the people like that. Even this Evangelion or eugenic, Christian, or how to call it, super church, yeah, they call super churches, that put the golden statue for Donald Trump. This pastor, I forgot his name, he is really pro-Ukrainian, and he is a MAGA guy. The funny thing, Fry told me that the first lady was on the major promotion on Loud Air, and she was working there. Oh, okay. Donner has never been in America. Yeah. Evangelion, yeah, Evangelion. Evangelic, or how, what's the name of the church? Evangelic. Eugenic. What is the church that praises Donny? America First are more religious, which is another branch of insane, maybe a little more dangerous. Money spent on Ukraine is well spent. Yeah. Evangelical. Yeah. Evangelical. Some people say eugenics. Professor Gerdes is good example of that, supports Ukraine, but such a hardcore right-wing guy, culture-wise, he has to support Trump. I don't know. Elon Pokemon guy, yeah. Church of Flying Spaghetti, yeah. Just Google load the air melon. Okay. Later on, Anakin. Good evening to Denmark. Yeah, some people don't like Professor G. Professor G is a douchebag. Like, it's understandable. Sometimes when we tell about even some pro-Ukrainian guys here on the channel, like some people tell names about them, and I understand, like, there are lots of the haters for me as well. Some people watch Jake Bro and may say, oh, we hate Dennis for his takes. Some people watch me and they say, oh, we don't like Jake Bro. Like, it happens kind of rarely, but it happens, yeah, like it happens with Professor G. So, and it's very interesting because whatever you do in your life, especially in the public appearance, yeah, then you're a public figure. Whatever you do, did Kellen do anything interesting lately? He went to Venice, I think, for exposing Russians, and I spoke about it on my trash channel during the stream. And also Kellen got this backlash. Oh, some people say, oh, I hate Kellen, so Kellen is bad. Now we see Professor G is bad. So, yeah, you never be, like, loved by people, all of the people. It's impossible. So, whatever you do, you'll have haters. Whatever you'll do. It doesn't matter. If I filmed about unicorns and rainbows, I would have had haters, yeah. And with this topic, war, political things, saying openly that Donald Trump is an idiot, of course you'll have hatred, of course. Yeah. And I like Dr. Gerdes. It's been fun to see him evolve. I like Constantine, moral man. I hate unicorns and rainbows, you see. Why? So the important take, what I have from my current job, what I do already for 4 years, and actually I started to do it before with my pilot blog, so I have this experience communicating with the audience, reading comments, and knowing how people in general behave in this, they're like your guys individuals, but at the same time, together it's like organism, it's like the common consciousness, and it's better just to let it go and don't think about it too much and just do what you want to do, and not to be afraid of saying some even shit sometimes. So it is important stuff, because you'll be hated for whatever you say. Whatever you say, you'll be hated for by some amount of people, some percentage. So if you start to chase and react on these critics, you're gonna lose yourself and the bigger part of the audience who actually like what you do. So it's better to how Donald Trump. I feel it with my guts to fill your guts and continue to do what you do and what you feel is necessary. And before even I was afraid saying stuff about Donald Trump, I thought, maybe some part of my audience, they wouldn't like me saying bad stuff about Trump. Well, I recorded the video. I remember Trump is an idiot, something like that. And I lost like maybe 3,000 subscribers right away. Many people unsubscribe, but relative to the channel's numbers, 3,000 is okay. So yeah. And there will be always haters, even those people who support the general agenda about Ukraine. They will say like, this guy is bad, that guy is bad, and they'll find the reason why to hate those. Yeah. So it's just thing that you need to do what you want to do. And I'm like that myself. If, for example, I like the guy, this Valhalla FVT, but if he says something bad about Ukraine, of course, I will not watch him. But as a person, I would like to watch, but just his take on this general subject, Ukrainian war, is misleading. That's why I don't respect that guy. Yeah. Well, at least I have some of the reason for hate. I don't hate just because of the hate. It's just for 3 hours, yeah. Just remember, you won't agree with anyone on every topic. Yeah. Also, some people, they don't agree with me. Even if I watch my older videos, maybe I wouldn't agree with myself. Constantine is very good at getting money from religious Americans. A little tear and spare the money gets rolling in. Oh, okay. I think he doesn't have monetization on his channel. That's why he's mostly streaming and not filming like long format videos too much. I think streams is his take, and he's capable to blah 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 for a long time, yeah, about different stuff. I'm usually not that much prepared, so my stream is just like a random flow, just chatting. We're going to the comments and some of the news, and it's like chaos. His streams are more structured. This is Ukrainian. Who do you have the right to be a bit touchy about other creators don't fully understand? You have a right to be a bit touchy about other creators that don't fully understand. Maybe, not sure. Yeah, everyone has bias. Even the nicest person will have people they can't stand. Pretty much human behavior, yeah. You have enemies, good. It means you stood for something in the point of life. Winston Churchill, yeah. I'm drunk for the first time. We monsters with. Come on. No way. Just now? Mr. Sweet. What did you drink? Do you think Trump will start bombing Iran again? I think yes, Valek. Like, the peace is not possible, so there could be war in this case. So more probability, more probability for war than for peace. As for me. The war has harder days. Maybe. He wants to read. Who comes after Putin? Who cares? We'll see. To be fair, I haven't seen Valhalla openly calling in his videos to pull support from Ukraine, but if someone asks him directly, he will respond he just wants to stop the bloodshed. Yeah, that's what I personally saw. But we have commentary from, I think in Taiwan, it's the nickname. He says that Valhalla called for, like, Russia will win and it's better not to support Ukraine. So similar to what Tucker Carlson is saying. Then he has more to milk out to the markets. He will do something stupid with Iran for sure. Ozzy says that maybe. What's your channel to keep me updated? That's what's going on in Ukraine. Thanks for making them. Yeah, thank you, Jimbo. So inside Russia likes and asks Constantine with source of information he hasn't. Yeah, maybe just entertaining content. Evidence, I'm okay, Ben. I have seen it, he talked about it, then people ask, he doesn't support Ukraine at all. Laton said, yeah, you see. Annual Hall was full of crap a long time ago, then he said every branch of the United States military was better than most of our country's tier special forces, lol. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, so Valhalla. Where is Valhalla? Yep, it's better to like unsubscribe. Of course, I watch him because of those kind of the videos. Then he mocked Donald Trump, like war is back on, like his takes. I understand that I have the audience who are watching him, but if he like that towards Ukraine, I just cannot watch him. So yeah. Yep. Russia has culminated, and I just hope Ukraine won't quit soon as they start winning. Yeah. Inside Russia is a nationalist. He doesn't like Putin, but he thinks Ukraine is Russia. You think so, Steven? Dancing in the coffin. Maybe. I will not go back. I'll try to avoid that. I will not go back flying. Yeah. Flying, no. If my YouTube channel is something goes wrong with my current job, I will go back flying. But I hope I will not. It's not mine after all, compared to what I do now. Like I now have absolute freedom, control over my life. Like I like what I have now more, way more than working for someone. Who do you say winning in the current pace? So far, no one. But Russia is losing initiative. It is already visible. So had this one guy search warrant from the Den Haag in Kvistville. Oh, I see. Konstantin said it many times. He said Crimea is Russia. Are you sure? Like, are you sure? Steven, I think the last time you mentioned that, yeah? I wasn't, like, I tried to find it actually, but I wasn't capable to find it. I was drawn to Valhalla because I'm a Democrat and it is hard to find right-wing people I can understand. I will stick with him, but I will change his mind. He will not change his mind. On the Ukrainian issue, don't worry, I got this, Dennis. Chris, I hope you have those powers, but yeah. I think the grown-ass man like that, it's hard to change his mind. I actually wrote him an email for some sort of the debate about Ukraine, but he didn't respond me. He banned half of his viewers, then we called him out on it and deleted videos. Oh shit, Steven. Are you sure that it's like that? Yes, Steven? Yes, of address, I agree with you. Self-employment is always more satisfying than having boss. Stop being right-wing, it's nice to be liberal. Yeah, honestly, for me, like, I don't have this ideology any longer. Like, I don't know who am I. Not the right-winger, not fully liberal, I guess. So I don't know, but more liberal, I think, more liberal, because for me there is no difference for religion, race, or something like that. Personally, can it be inclusivity or those woke? I'm a woke guy. Oh, I don't know. I'm just a normal human being. I think I want respect for everyone in this life. Yes, a number of us who watched him before the war know what kind of person he really is. I don't know, maybe he changed his mind or no. I spoke to him, like it was a strange conversation actually. I thought I'll have him on my podcast, some sort of the interview, because people ask, like my subscribers. Trump is still flying. He must be tired. Ask how I'll be happy. No drama for a few days. Yeah. So he told me, like, I thought we'll have an interview, and he appeared and he's like, "Oh, Dennis, I cannot make an interview, but we are already on a Zoom call." And okay. And he's like, he said, "I'm sorry for my country that it occupied Ukraine, it started this aggression." So he said like that. And say why he doesn't want to record any sort of the interview podcast. And he said, like, "I'm afraid for my life. I know I got this attention from Dugin on X. He posted about him about Konstantin." So I don't know. But if you say that he before told that Crimea is Russia, so fuck. Yeah. Some of the Russian so-called opposition tries to show that they're opposition, but instead they're the same imperialistic shit. Russia started the war in Chechnya, killing civilians, bombing cities before Putin. So it's actually what is happening in Russia is the will of people. As for me, like most of them, they are freaking imperialist chauvinists. They're sick with this virus. And no one can change that. They're always looking for the leader that will smash everyone else, forces everyone to afraid mighty Russia. It was always like that, entire Russian history. So I guess everyone would be better with Russia being totally disintegrated. Russians themselves, by the way. I don't like Russian oppositioners, those from Navalny's clan, because they're freaking corrupt, because they're speculating on war topic about the repressions, but at the same time they're saying nothing about Russian atrocities happening in Ukraine. They're not into support of Ukraine, and they are supporting Russia. So idea is to disintegrate Russia, but they don't want to do it. Russia cannot, for me, Russia should not exist as the country we know it. It should be like dismembered, disintegrated, because it is very dangerous. Then it is as crazy as it is. Yeah. It's interesting that Putin said that everyone wants to dismantle Russia. Everyone, it's their dream. But you are making it. Because of your actions, people are willing to dismantle Russia, disintegrate it somehow. I supported Chechnya back in the day. See, Putin and Trump are all old as fuck. Imagine if we lost them all in a short time. Yeah. That could be too much champagne. I agree with you, that Russia have been a problem for a world for centuries. Yeah. Ukraine is President Trump, isn't it? Yeah, but what can we say? I don't understand why people say that Russia will attack Baltic states, then they are stuck in Ukraine war. Can you explain this? I explain it a lot on my channels. So Russia doesn't need a huge army to attack Baltic states. Baltic states, they have poor logistics. NATO logistics, according to NATO themselves, according to their reports, is underdeveloped in that region, sadly. I wonder why, because it's very close to deliver like NATO forces right away. And Russia will not attack Baltic regions with the same amount of the troops as they use in Ukraine. Few thousand people would be enough. And Baltic states, do they have a drone army as in Ukraine? Do they have established kill zone? Do they have defense lines as in Ukraine? Do they have trained military experienced soldiers? They don't have anything of that. But Russia has everything of that. And Russia doesn't need to occupy all of those countries, just enter few of the settlements with its forces, occupy them and tell, okay, NATO, what would you do? Article 5. And they would say, okay, like some people say, NATO in this case would attack Kaliningrad, occupy that immediately. No. Russia would tell, we're going to use nukes. And NATO will not attack Kaliningrad, guys, in this case. They would not risk. If Russia that crazy to occupy some of the territories of NATO country, maybe they are such crazy to use nukes if we strike Kaliningrad. So it's going to be like that. I understand the logic already of those gray, absolutely useless bureaucrats who are in charge of most of the European Union countries. They're silly. They show themselves in this confrontation as silly politicians. They're useless politicians. That's why, by the way, Zelensky is so popular, because compared to them, he looks like some sort of the leader, yeah? So, yeah, why not? But then they asked NATO and they sent cruise missiles to Moscow. No one would send cruise missiles to Moscow, except Ukraine. Ukraine has nothing to lose. It's the existential war for Ukraine. But for NATO, it's one more bargain. No one will bomb, NATO will not bomb Moscow. Russia has nukes. You need to understand that. NATO will not go to that kind of the confrontation. They were afraid to send tanks to Ukraine. Come on. What are we even speaking about? I would be very surprised if Russia wouldn't start that special military operation in Baltics, if they will not do this in the coming couple of years. They still have this window. So, yeah, there's lots of the hype, like NATO will smash Kaliningrad, NATO will launch something on Moscow. It will be, I'm almost sure, like, okay, 90%, I'm sure 90%, I give my 90% that NATO will pee its pants. NATO will show that it's the same useless as the United Nations, that's it. Yeah, it's kind of pessimistic take, but I think it's gonna be like that. It's my take. I hope I am wrong. And just I give 10% that there will be some sort of the reaction. I mean, with active military, moving German forces, moving French forces, Portuguese forces. For Donny, I'm sure he will not, like, it's useless. America will not participate, 100%. But the joint response from Europe, okay, 10%, they will respond. But not on Moscow. Just against those ground forces that potentially might enter Baltic countries. And 90% that they'll, oh, what happened? Communicate. Okay, we need to meet, emergency meeting. Oh shit. Should we evoke fifth article? Oh, they just took couple of the villages, couple of the towns. Maybe we should wait. What to do? It's gonna be like that. I give 90%. So yeah, I'll be really concerned nowadays living in Baltics if I was there. Bro, they built sky base to Moscow and make 360 nose spoke to Putin. I don't know. Like, the proper way out in the situation would be just to somehow flatline Putin. Do you guys realize that overturn window in North America is full right of center? 99% of woke leaps are technically conservative. Huh? I don't know if we really hard Russia from actually attacking, but there is a real economic cost, yeah. If NATO had sent tanks, then maybe Ukraine wouldn't have innovated drone war. Yeah, but actually it would have been better variant to send all of the weapons for Ukraine not to innovate with the drones, because if Ukraine innovates with the drones, with the spider web operations, this innovation will not stay in Ukraine. It creates more threats for the world, because some guys who have few $1,000s may cosplay or recreate a spider web operation absolutely freaking elsewhere. So the proper support for Ukraine at the proper time would have led to the normal war, let's say, conventional war. And Ukraine, because it is fighting for its own survival, it has to come out with those solutions which could be used by not good guys. It is bad. I think Dennis has enough microphones for a different one each day. Not really. Well, I have a second one which I use. Oh shit, come here. It's Neumann. It's a little bit hidden here. But this one I like to use now. I don't know. We are cosplay a passenger jet with a drone sooner or later happens fighting with SAMs. I think some of the groups, they might strike spiderweb, they may use spiderweb elsewhere now. Like, there's no border limits, nothing. You cannot control all of the shit, especially now. Drones and drone parts are still not being regulated that much compared to weapons, yeah. Some of the engines, motors for the drones, you can deliver, like, you can 3D print the frame. You don't need to carry, like, you can make the drone, spawn it at every sort of the point. The only thing that explosives is being controlled still, yeah, but explosives, you can get it after all. So it's a very, very big thing now, those spider web operations, and it happened just 1 year ago. It has just started, and people, like organizations which are not that good, they will see it and they will use it. It's just a matter of time. Drone ship and small terror groups gonna using them bigly. Yeah, Israel may be kaput. I'm not sure about Israel kaput. I think they have, like, resources after all. They will not be kaputed. But who are there? Hezbollah, yeah, Hezbollah, they're using those drones a lot in Lebanon against Israeli forces, quite successful. And I saw multiple of the videos published, just trying to find those, but I think they happened before, so it's hard to get those back in time. So they're more trained already, Hezbollah, than before. Oh, Russian! I went to the Russian channels and they posted those Russian soldiers who returned back with the Russian flags. They're like 3D printed, spawned there. Okay, 205 for now. Hopefully tomorrow will be more. Yeah, here we have Hezbollah. They're posting those videos from the drones. It's a little bit expedited video, yeah. So some of the vehicle was hit. Okay, now normal speed. It's kind of strange move from the editor of the video. And they use those not against like those vehicles, random vehicles, like what is this, SUV, but also against tanks and so on. So yeah, and they're more professional nowadays. Okay, one drone hit the vehicle, another one goes again. So almost daily there are videos published by Hezbollah. Something like that. Do you think Israel is like Nazi? No. I don't think Israel is like Nazi. I think Netanyahu is like a dictator, that's all. Israel itself, like a country, is just a country, you know, like Hungary is a country. Also, the leadership is terrible in Israel. Yeah. Government. Incompetence of IDF for not investing, cages, and also Ukraine proposed Netanyahu 2 years ago to develop anti-drone technologies, drone interceptors, and Netanyahu didn't even respond. Zelensky said about it in his interview, like, we tried to communicate with Israel, we told them that Iran has those drones, that there is the potential threat for Iran, and FPVs also could be used, but Netanyahu, no. This is a marathon stream, not just a usual stream. But they need to get their settlers under control, yeah. Release Epstein files. NATO countries in Europe have an army combined of like 1.5 million people. Potentially. But this army, there is no NATO countries in Europe have an army. Steven, there is no NATO army, you see? There is no European army and actually no NATO army. It's just organization of multiple of the armies, and that's it. It's kind of silly. Europe should come out with its own army, otherwise it's going to be doomed. Israel is surrounded by natural religion enemies. Sooner or later turn against Israel with drones. Israel has shown, like United States, that all fancy toys are pretty useless. Luke, I partially agree with you. I'm not sure about prediction that Israel, something like terrible will happen to it. I'm not sure. But idea that you have those Navy forces, air carriers, aviation, and everything of that, you cannot change the regime just with those aviation bomb strikes. And still, to change the regime, you need to deploy ground forces. And if your ground forces are not trained with the drones, if they don't have experience with the drones, they're getting flatlined by way incapable army with way incapable resources. Yeah, so just very cheap drones, some guys who played Counter-Strike and now can play drones. So they flatline absolutely everything, and that is what Ukrainian drone operators shown in Gotland Island and in multiple of the previous occasions and military drills. So modern day fancy army is absolutely useless against few guys with the drones. Yeah. We have Visegrad battleground, Hungary, Slovakia, Poland, and Czechia, who even train together outside NATO. Oh, nice. Nice. That's the issue with Iran, yes. Simply, it's not possible to achieve military victory over Iran, even for the United States. It's not possible. Well, it is possible, actually. It is possible. If United States calls everyone to the draft, deploys millions of people there, and like Russians, they would go in the mid-wave attacks and take something. Only that is how, sadly. The rest will not work. If Israel would stop provoking everyone around it, stop with expansion project, they would be fine. It's like I don't like what means Israel uses nowadays to it's terrible. They just in Lebanon they just hit building after building after building. It looks really terrible. Yeah, fighting Iran would be like Afghanistan fighting an ideology. Good luck. I spent a couple of tours in Afghanistan. Oh, and there are many reports that Ukraine won area back in February. I'm monitoring Deep State and added subtracted every patch of the land loss gained and different results. What's the source? Deep State doesn't show lots of this stuff. I use MyCosk and other analysis. So basically, OSINTs on X. OSINTs on X, they share this information on Twitter, basically, yeah. So, and also Telegram channels. They have more details, like, for example, this one. Well, some of the groups, they're not, they're showing some fun pictures, so some of the propaganda, yeah. So, but yeah, definitely today it was confirmed that Atradne was liberated. Do we have this information from the Deep State? Oh yeah, also it's interesting, but yeah, we have it. Very strange. Usually they have delay or they do not post territorial gains. So yeah, it's either Twitter or Telegram. My cosine 3 also I use. Aren't mid-wave attacks not used anymore? They are used, but not that often. Ukrainian army helicopter pilots are now receiving NATO standard training in UK under Operation Interstorm. The basic training is providing Ukraine with pilots who can quickly transition to Western-built attack helicopters. Will we receive those Western-made attack helicopters? Currently, we're undergoing the training in Great Britain. We're pioneers and the pass for a helicopter pilot abroad is just opening, so we train and teach new helicopter pilots who are like us, will perform combat missions and training flights. Ground training, study the helicopter type on the ground, in theory, exams, qualified for the type, and subsequently fly as an instructor. Pilots training is conducted with British instructors, very professional pilots who are a pleasure to work with, and they enjoy working with us. Well, in English, we perfectly understand each other. With certain training programs, we can compare them and take the most useful and appropriate from both programs to create a more modern and practical system for educating and to create more modern and practical system, to the future generations, Will they receive attack helicopters? Will Ukraine receive? It's kind of interesting. It's kind of nice. It's kind of awesome.
Маючи певні програми навчання, ми можемо їх порівняти і взяти разу вже в старших класах.
This is Eurocopter, right?
Пішов на день відкритих дверей і прям загорівся цією ідеєю. І після того, як закінчив школу, мрія здійснилася. Після того, як цей виліт був виконаний, вже потім ти...
So yeah, quite interesting. Interesting that Deep State has not updated frontline near Stepney-Hirsk. Yeah, they sometimes do not show something. Net is more for standard communication and logistics as well as the force provided for a multi-nation force. Yeah. There are a million exercises in my country now, 17 countries in total practicing. Super. This is always funny. I was in 1988 in an Austrian army. I slowed this 2 years project in a week, Commodore and some code in about basic. I can. Helicopter 0 glide coefficient. No. Look. Helicopters may glide. If there is no rotor jam, if there is no, like even with engine failure, you have pretty much nice glide ratio. You basically drop down, and if you have free rotating propeller, even without any sort of torque, like it's free flying, you can glide. It's like the wing, it's you fly. And the chance for the rotor failure is very low on the modern day helicopters. So if your propeller is stuck, yeah, glide ratio is 0. But if it is rotating, you can glide. You can land. Everything is on airplane. I would say that on helicopters you will have better glide ratio than on some of the airplanes, like for example, Vilga. Auto rotation, yeah. And you just fly. You just fly as like you glide, you fly, and you land. If there is no rotor jam, of course. I meant rumors that Ukrainians got helicopters training in UK. Yeah, so they're not rumors, they're here, proved. LSR is still a pilot. Technically, yes, I'm still a pilot. It has Kid Rock detection avoidance system. Oh, yeah. Yeah, helicopters, they're crazy actually, but they're very interesting. I would like to fly them. Alright guys, I will now stop the stream, and thank you so much for joining me today. Probably we're gonna after all switch to Sunday streams, because on Friday it seems like not many people, so I'm still experimenting. I think Sunday was 2 times better. Sunday was like, we have average, I think 700 viewers on the main channel, so yeah, I decided maybe Friday would work. No. Or maybe I should be prepared for the streams better and came out with a real topic to discuss, at least during the first hour of the stream, and later on we're gonna go through messages, chats, and so on. Yeah. So probably next time, this or next Sunday, we'll see. This or next, we'll see. So guys, you're awesome. Thank you so much for your kind attitude to me, for not swearing on me in the comments. So see you around. Ciao.